Nevada senior quarterback Colin Kaepernick has been outstanding this season, accounting for 13 touchdowns, 7 through the air, 6 on the ground. He has been tremendous. For BYU, today they start a new era. They lean on true freshman Jake Heaps. We are looking forward to this matchup between the Wolfpack and the Cougars next on the Mountain. Just a gorgeous day in Provo at LaVelle Edwards Stadium. Just picture-perfect weather for football. The matchup, the Nevada Wolfpack 3-0 on the season, making their first road trip to take on the BYU Cougars, who are 1-2. Hello again, everyone. Ari Wolf alongside friend and partner Blaine Fowler. And such an intriguing matchup at the quarterback position, Blaine. We start with Nevada. Colin Kaepernick, a true Heisman Trophy candidate, one of the most productive quarterbacks in the country. What makes this guy special?
Well, first of all, he's flat out an unbelievable physical specimen. At 6'6" and 225 pounds, he's very athletic. He's always been a great runner, and this season he's refined his passing game. You see his numbers on the season. His ability to run and throw the football has made him almost unstoppable this season.
Team averaging over 50 points a game. Now for BYU, Blaine, it's the start of a new era. Jake Heaps, a true freshman last year, the #1 rated prospect in the country, gets his chance to be the starter today.
Well, he has a tremendous arm, great feet, a skill set to play quarterback, and can make all the throws, but he's a freshman, so he needs to learn the mental part of the game. The good news for BYU, he has been the starter all week in practice. He's gotten all the #1 reps, and they hope that translates to better consistency on the field offensively.
And they're hoping home cooking helps the Cougars as they try to get back to 500. The Wolfpack looking for another signature win coming off their win against Cal. We're looking forward to this. The Wolfpack and the Cougars kickoff on the Mountain coming up. Mountain College Football is brought to you by Dodge. Live life to the fullest. Dodge, grab life. By America First Credit Union, where members come first. By New York Life Insurance Company, with 165 years of financial strength. New York Life Insurance Company can help keep your family safe and secure. Learn more at NewYorkLife.com. And by Cricket, no overages, no fees, just a true rate. $35 for nationwide talk and text. Come into a Cricket store today and start saving. Mountain College Football is brought to you by Jeep, the most award-winning brand of 4x4s ever. Check out the entire lineup at Jeep.com. By Jiffy Lube, change, inspect, check, fill, and clean. It's the Jiffy Lube drive to deliver more than an oil change. And by Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952. Welcome, everyone, as we get set for college football. The Cougars getting ready to go. LaVelle Edwards Stadium, Provo, Utah, 82 degrees and not a cloud in the sky. Keys to the game are brought to you by Ram. Award-winning Ram trucks plus a new heavy-duty. Make it one of the most powerful lineups in Ram history. What do you have for us, Blaine?
Oh, Nevada, option-based football team. They want to control that football and run the option and do it without turning the football over. They put the ball on the ground 4 times last week, but they got 3 of them back. And for BYU, field position through special teams, and they've got to convert on 3rd down. Move those chains.
We are set to go. 15 minutes on the clock. Riley Stevenson to kick it off for BYU. Nevada won the toss and they elected to receive. That tells you about their confidence offensively. Back deep, Wooten and Matthews for the Wolfpack. So here we go. It's going to be Matthews from the 5. Great job in coverage by the Cougars. They stop him at the 15. That's been a real strength for BYU. They are #1 in the country in covering kicks so far this year. Well, there is Colin Kaepernick, 6'6", 225-pound senior from California. This guy is a total stud. He can do it all. They run the pistol offense. If you've never seen the pistol offense before, it was created by their head coach, Chris Alt. He put it into effect back in 2005. They continue to refine it. But you see the quarterback a few steps behind. It's almost a mini shotgun. The back will be 7 yards behind the center. consecutive 1,000-yard plus seasons. This guy, the leader of the wide receiver. There you see the career numbers. He has yet to throw an interception here in 2010. It's Toway's got 28 yards. BYU defense but just a little bit less than 29. And there's no huddle for them. Sometimes go at a fast pace. It's more of a traditional pace like they're doing here.
Well, and you think of option team, this run very right.
Let's take a look at the BYU defense and Fuga up front. I mean, this guy's a monster. He eats up blocks. And then the 3-4 they're really hoping today is going to help contain Kaepernick. Jordan Pendleton's got great speed and coming off one of the best games of his career. And they've had to make some changes in the secondary. The critical one is Andrew Rich now at free safety, which gives him a chance wherever the ball carrier goes, he can be the guy to run and try to bring down the ball carrier.
And Andrew Rich on that last tackle, he'll be the alley runner. And teams have been running away from him the last couple weeks where you can't do it when he's right in the middle of the field.
2nd and 10. Kaepernick wants to throw, and he gets it to the tight end, Sudfeld, junior from Modesto, California. It's going to bring up a manageable 3rd down situation. And Blaine, how about these numbers? 3rd down conversion for Nevada, 68%, #1 in the country.
Well, and they've been so good on 1st and 2nd down. They're so methodical offensively, Ari, that they get situations like this. If you get a lot of 3rd and 1 and 3rd and 2, you're going to have a high percentage, and that's been the story for this Nevada offense all season.
And BYU has struggled to get off the field. Opponents 44.7 conversion rate on 3rd down. Here's Kaepernick maybe changing the play. Going to give it to the running back, Tawa, and he does not get the 1st down. On the Wolfpack, decision time here. It's 4th and short, but at your own 38-yard line. I'd imagine they're going to punt here.
Well, and BYU coming out in this first series, very physical up front. You saw Romney Funga, who got through, forced the back to go to his left, and the linebackers filling in. And when they get push out of Ethan Manamoliuna and out of Romney Funga in the middle, that makes a big difference for those inside linebackers in this 3-4.
Measurement coming up. Going to be 4th and 1, but Nevada, I think, wants to know how much they need to gain here. And again, this offense is so confident. Boy, that's real close. What do you think Chris Ault will do? I mean, they've been virtually unstoppable on 4th down conversions this year. They're 3 for 3, but what do you do here, Blaine?
Well, and Chris Ault knows this team way better than I do. Most coaches in this position choose to kick the football away, especially this early in the game, because you don't want to give a short field to anyone. But when you have Colin Kaepernick and you're so confident in your offense, Chris Ault has a weapon that most people don't have.
This is the interesting part of the pistol, though, because if he's under center, a quarterback sneak is a completely different option here. Let's see what they do, because in the pistol, he's got to cover some ground to pick up the 1st down. 4th and short. Kaepernick's going to keep it himself. Gets the 1st down and more. Gets to the outside into Cougar territory. So Chris Ault says, let's go for it. Leans on his senior quarterback who gets the big play and the 1st down coming up for the Wolfpack.
And Chris Ault told us that if you're going to be a wide receiver at Nevada, you have got to block. And look at the job the wide receivers doing downfield on the blocks to allow Kaepernick to turn the corner. That's a big part of this offense. Those wideouts, making the block so Kaepernick can turn that corner. And when he does, he's a big, long strider and can just run away from people.
There you see the season numbers. Look at that rushing average, 9.5 per carry. That's just off the charts. Kaepernick wants to throw, has time, has a receiver. It's caught. Tackled at the 12-yard line. Huge play to Brandon Wimberly, sophomore from Los Angeles. He's really the leader of that receiver group. 35 yards on the play, Kaepernick to Wimberly.
Well, this offense is so effective because you've got to think run first. It's an option-based offense, and so you got to put people in the box, and when they play action, well, it's just deadly. You get your safeties coming up, think and run, and then you have a lot of those intermediate routes just beyond the linebackers and just beyond or just underneath your safeties. And Kaepernick's accuracy this year has been so much better than it has been in the past.
Well, I've talked about he went from being a thrower to a passer. Because the guy had a strong arm coming out. He was drafted by Major League Baseball to throw it about 93 miles per hour. He's going to keep it this time. And brought down just outside the 5-yard line. Now, this offense has scored on the opening possession of all 3 of their games so far this season. And interesting decision by Chris Holt going back to the 4th down decision. He says, look, this team's going to score on the opening possession of every drive this year.
Well, and I think he has just tremendous confidence still. Notice who we put the ball in the hands of. He said, okay, we're gonna let our quarterback run it around the end. I have confidence that this guy's smart enough to plant the foot when it needs to be planted and get us the 1 yard that we need for a first down.
2nd down. Kaepernick to throw. Running back's open, and Courtney Randall has it. Touchdown, Wolfpack. 6-yard touchdown pass from Kaepernick to Randall. Randall's first receiving touchdown of the season, and for Kaepernick, his 7th passing touchdown of the season, and this offense just continues to produce.
Well, and this is a senior-laden team, very experienced team. This is, senior out of Rialto, California, and Randall. And again, the play-action pass, you've got to respect that. The people on the outside of BYU's defense stepping up to defend the run.
They're going to review this. I think they want to make sure that Courtney Randall stayed in bounds. And from our look at the replay, I thought our camera guy had a great shot. It appeared that he did stay in bounds and then was able to cross the goal line with the football.
And when you're playing, let's take a look and see. They're looking to see if he steps on the sideline. He's clean there, and the left foot is clean.
He's in.
And that ball now passes the goal line. That'll be an easy one and a quick review.
Let's not be so sure about that.
Well,
they got to be thorough.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
After further review, the play has been confirmed. Touchdown.
Lane, you were right. I forgot. This is your old home. This is your place.
That was a pretty easy one.
Yes.
And we gave him a great shot right to begin with.
Yes,
so.
that's true. Kaepernick on the drive, 4 of 4, 58 passing yards, 3 rushes for 20 yards. He's special.
That's just typical for him.
Yeah. Anthony Martinez on for the extra point attempt. It is up and good. 85-yard drive for the Wolfpack. Colin Kaepernick says, hey, we were 3-0 at home. We can go on the road and do the exact same thing. The big play of the drive, converting on 4th down, then they drive it down the field. Randall gets in for 6. Wolfpack lead 7-0. Wolfpack take the opening drive down the field. They lead BYU 7-0. This sideline report is brought to you by Les Olson Company, over 50 years in the document business and now providing Sharp copiers and HP printers. We check in with the 3rd member of the broadcast team, Sammy Linebaugh. Sammy?
Well, Ari, speaking of talented quarterbacks, this week I talked with former Cougar Max Hall, now the 2nd string with the Arizona Cardinals, and he said the best advice I have for a first-time starter is when you take a hit, pop back up, brand your leadership style. And by all accounts, Jake Heaps has done that. A few loose balls notwithstanding. His teammates, his coaches say he has the intangibles to lead this team. And right now these Cougars want the momentum back.
Thank you very much, Sammy. Ricky Drake to kick off. Jacobson and DeLuigi deep for BYU. Strong kick. And Jacobson muffs it initially, and he will take a knee, and the Cougars will start out 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. This drive summary is brought to you by the most award-winning brand of 4x4s ever, Jeep. Check out the entire lineup at Jeep.com. Officially 84 yards, 9 plays, 4 minutes, 44 seconds. The key play from their own 38-yard line, they went for it on 4th and 1 and converted as Kaepernick kept it and got around the right side. So now our first look at Jake Heaps, true freshman starting quarterback. First guy to do it here since 1997. Going to start out in the shotgun. 1st and 10. They'll go to the air. DeLuigi breaks 1 tackle. And they're brought down right at the line of scrimmage. So let's take a look at the starting lineups for the Cougars. And this is where they hope to dominate. Now, Matt Reynolds got leg whipped last week, but he's playing out there. But they've really got an advantage size-wise with their offensive line going up against the Wolfpack defensive line. Now, Correa and DeLuigi has been the most productive guy on the team so far, and Jacobson, the receiver, is the speed threat, and they're hoping to throw the ball down the field today. DeLuigi He gets put to the turf at the 24-yard line, and let's check on the Wolfpack defense. Dante Moak, this guy is a stud. Last year, the WAC Defensive Player of the Year. He's got incredible speed. We will tell you lots about Dante throughout the game. Really, the leader of the defense is James Michael Johnson. He leads the team in tackles. And then in the secondary, Doyle Miller has created some turnovers. He's got a couple of interceptions already this season. Third down for BYU, and they have really struggled, converting less than 33% of the time so far. Blitz is coming. Almost picked off. As the safety there, Williams. So 3 and out for the Cougars. And Jake Heap's a little bit lucky because Duke Williams had a chance at that. And it's Isaiah Fry as well in coverage.
And the young quarterback did not see the underneath coverage. He saw the on top coverage and didn't see Duke Williams, the strong safety, sliding out underneath that throw. And that's, you know, a young quarterback. He's got tremendous arm. He can make every throw out there, but reading defenses will be a little bit different for him, and that's something that's going to have to come along as the season progresses for him.
Stevenson to punt. He came after it. Rashard Matthews from his own 29-yard line. And he's backtracking, going the wrong way. Cougars, again, terrific coverage in special teams. We step away for a moment. Nevada leads BYU 7-0. Colin Kaepernick in the offense back on the field when we return. 8:49 to go in the first quarter. Colin Kaepernick in the offense trotting back onto the field. They lead 7-0. From the opening drive, 4 for 4 through the air for 58 yards and a touchdown. Also carried the ball 3 times for 20 yards. He can do it all in this pistol offense. It was like he was born to run this pistol offense. He's the perfect fit for Chris Ault's offense.
Well, and I had a couple of Nevada games 2 seasons ago when he was playing, and I got to tell you, his refinement in the passing game is so far ahead of where he was a couple of years ago. It's amazing. His touch and his delivery is so much better than it was.
Keep it on the ground. It's Tawa, and he's got some space. And that hole closes, and the ball comes out. The Cougars think they've got it. Still a scramble for the football, no official signal.
Now keep in mind, Ari, against Cal, Nevada put the ball on the ground 4 times.
BYU football. Exactly what the Cougars need.
Yeah, they put it on the ground 4 times, but they were able to cover it themselves 3 of those 4 times. It did not hurt them, and so they've had a little bit of a struggle with taking care of that ball. Ball security, you hear from coaches all the time, and Chris Ault told us they needed to take care of the football when it was Mendenhall that put his shoulder right on the ball and it squeezed out.
Mendenhall playing safety today, moved him from the linebacker position. But they might want to take another look at that. I'm not sure when the ball came out. But Andrew Rich, always involved, always near the football. 1st and 10 for BYU. I think they are going to take another look. They want to get that play off faster.
The previous play is under review.
And they're going to take a look at that. And the key will be, did that ball come out before the knees went down? Because he had control of it when the first contact came. And that view we had just before going away, we had to cut away for, was probably the best view. So there's Mendenhall. You see that shoulder right on the football. Knees are still up. Boy.
Well, see, the ball was squirted out there, but it's hard to tell if his knee was
and his
down
knees, I don't know that his knees are down now. I mean, take a look. See how his knees are up? He's still not down. And he puts his foot back up.
And then that knee is down, and then the ball pops.
Yeah,
Boy, that's going to be tough.
That's going to be a tough one because it's simultaneous that this thing's coming out. The thing's coming out as that left knee is going down. Yeah, what makes this complicated is that he's on top of a bunch of players and really not down. And until that left knee went down, it's really difficult to tell. This may be one of those, Ari, that they just leave it. They won't say confirmed. They'll just say it stands. Or
here we go.
Yeah.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands.
There you go. And it's exactly what we thought. Because they can say confirmed if there's evidence, but remember, they've got to have indisputable evidence and multiple views. We got all good views. It's just so difficult to tell on that one that the call on the field has to stand.
Nice job by the crew, though, to make sure to review that. That was a bang-bang play, and they got it right. So 1st and 10 for the Cougars. 3 and out on the first offensive series for the Cougars. They've got great field position at the 36. Heaps loves to go deep. And broken up at the goal line. Looking for Jacobson, their speed threat. And Bronco told us one of the things that Jake really does well is throw the deep ball, and that was a pretty accurate throw.
And Robert and I, in the meeting that we had with him, their offense coordinator, said that with that ability to throw the ball deep, they've got to take some shots down the field, loosen things up. That will help their intermediate game and their run game. You have not seen a lot of vertical throws out of BYU so far this season.
DeLuigi trying to get to the outside and forced out of bounds. As a linebacker, Kevin Grimes forced him out of bounds after just a gain of a couple, so it'll be 3rd down.
And when you watch this Nevada team on film, defensively, they don't strike you as a big physical team, but you watch them for a couple of games and think, wow, this team has great overall team speed defensively. They really run to the ball extremely well.
Giving up 20 points per game, 400 yards of total offense per game. Third and long for BYU. Trying to take advantage of the turnover. And Moak is way offsides.
He's fast enough as it is, Ari. If he gets that kind of head start, nobody's going to get a hand on him.
Offsides, defense, number 55, unabated, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
And you can get back, but when you come that far and now all of a sudden it's going to be, unabated to the quarterback, they've got to make the call. And Moak is a guy that he gets off the ball as good as anyone in the country. And we're going to develop this as it goes, but probably the fastest defensive end in the country right now.
Freakish speed. 3rd and 4, DeLuigi on the ground. Cuts it back, and it appears has enough for a BYU 1st down. Needed 4, got 5. He's really been their best offensive player. Just a little guy. The 1st and 10 line is brought to you by Remax, the sign you want, the agent you need. BYU going no huddle. The Wolfpack took a free shot on the quarterback, and the fans here in Provo do not appreciate that.
You have to like a little guy that will stand up for his quarterback. And did you see who the guy that came right over to defensive Jay Keeps? It was J.J. DeLuigi, the smallest guy in the field. He came over and...
The umpire was standing over the ball.
What did he say? I didn't hear. Ari, did you hear that call? I didn't hear what he said on that one.
Well, it's still 1st and 10.
So they're saying that the umpire was still standing over the ball when they snapped it, and you've got to let him back out.
Gotcha. The 1st and 10 line is brought to you by Remax, the sign you want, the agent you need. DeLuigi, spin move, still on his feet, inside the 15 and brought down at the 12. Doyle Miller and Marlon Johnson bring him down after a gain of 13, but DeLuigi, nice little spin move on that carry.
And what DeLuigi brings to this BYU offense is as a back that can just make people miss. You love the spin move, and I like how he took the ball and then moved it into that left hand away from the defense. Great balance and great side-to-side quickness.
1st and 10 Cougars. Heaps going to the end zone. Battle for the ball, incomplete, but a flag. It's going to be pass interference. They were looking for Luke Ashworth, senior from right here in Provo, Utah.
And Isaiah Fry trying to defend there at that corner, and he's been the guy they've gone after twice on the vertical routes. That one, of course, just a fade route, but there.
Defense, number 28, in the end zone. By rule, we'll put the ball at the 2-yard line.
He was also isolated out there on that deep ball attempt to McKay Jacobson, that vertical throw earlier. But take a look, is there contact? And you don't have to look back for the ball in college football as long as you don't contact the receiver. You can have some incidental contact if you're looking back. Well, he didn't look back, and he made contact, and that's why he drew the flag.
1st and goal from the 2. DeLuigi, and he's in for 6. Touchdown, Cougars. J.J. DiLuigi's second rushing touchdown of the season. He was terrific on that short drive. Mitch Payne on for the extra point attempt. Mountain West Conference career leader in made extra points. And add another one to the record books. Game deadlocked at 7. The Cougars needed a spark. Zeke Mendenhall creates the turnover, and then Jake Heath leads him down the field. J.J. DiLuigi gets into the end zone. Game tied at 7. A little more than 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Wolfpack and Cougars tied at 7. Let's check in with Sammy.
This next Wolfpack series, watch Colin Kaepernick's body language. When he takes that snap and turns, his head is up. He's looking at the D-line. He's looking downfield so he can help make that decision. Should he keep it? Should he pitch it? Should he throw it? All the more reason this BYU defense has to stay assignments down. They have to stay home, particularly that containment guy. Jaime Hill with BYU talked a lot about that this week.
Thank you, Sammy. Sideline Report was brought to you by Les Olson Company, over 50 years in the document business and now providing sharp copiers and HP printers. Stevenson to kick it off. Matthews and Wooten deep for the Wolfpack. Good, strong kick. Matthews will be forced to take a knee. We talked in your Dodge Keys about turnovers. And the Wolfpack coming in +4 in turnover margin. BYU coming in -3 in turnover margin. And we saw already here in the first quarter, I mean, the turnover in your own territory, and then all of a sudden you give that freshman quarterback the ability to hand the ball off to the running back on the short field and take advantage and tie the game.
And when we talked to Chris Salt the other day, when we said, give us a few keys, Coach, the very first thing he said was, we got to take care of the football. Ball security is of utmost importance for this Wolfpack team in this game on the road. And that bit them here early in this first quarter because they had all the momentum, and that fumble changed the momentum of this football game.
1st and 10 from the 20. Vitawa is the tailback behind Kaepernick. The give is to Tawa. And he gets close to the 25-yard line. Take a look at the BYU drive. Brought to you by Jeep. 5 plays, 36 yards, just 91 seconds off the clock, and DiLuigi, 2-yard touchdown run. This is a BYU team that needs some confidence, so that turnover really came at a great time for them to get the offense on the field and take advantage. 2nd and 5. Keep it on the ground with Tawa. When he gets to the 28, it's going to bring up 3rd down, 2 yards to go. Tawa is a guy nobody talks about because Kaepernick is so good, but Tawa in his career, 19 100-yard-plus games in his career. Guy's got great vision, and all he does is produce. But when you're playing with Colin Kaepernick, it's hard to get as much attention from the media because Kaepernick is just off the charts.
Any place else, he'd be like the feature guy everyone would talk about. And he has played in the 6'6" shadow of Colin Kaepernick, but he is a very effective running back in this option-based offense.
They give it to Tawa, blockers in front of him. He's got the 1st down and more. Takes a pretty good hit at the 33-yard line.
And Chris Alt told us, Ari, that they don't want to be known as an option team. They want to be a team that runs the option effectively, but they do so many different things. And in that one, that was just a power where they pulled the guard and the tackle out in front and let up and just handed the ball straight back. And because of the pistol formation, they can do a lot more than just option the football. They can run downhill at you.
1st and 10. Tawa. And it is gash him right up the middle. Gain of 12 yards on the play, up to the 46-yard line. And I think it's important that you mention that, Blaine, because I think a lot of people think of the pistol offense as a finesse offense. But they've showed the ability to get physical against a BYU team that's bigger and stronger than them.
Well, and what they make you do is defend every single gap, and you see Nevada does a great job. You don't rush the football the way they have the last couple of years and not be really good up front. And they're not huge up front, but they're very athletic and very physical. And Tawa runs the ball downhill hard.
Last 5 years, 4th best rushing attack in the country. Kaepernick this time on the keeper. But Andrew Rich he's a human missile. Kaepernick did a good job to sort of avoid some of that blow, but Andrew Rich just not scared to really get in there.
And we asked Jaime Hill what makes him such a fierce tackler. He just blows people up week after week. And he goes, well, first of all, he's big and strong. And second of all, he just got that mentality that he wants to smack people, that he wants to be physical, and he will throw his entire frame into a guy that has the football. And boy, we've seen some collisions from 22 this year.
Tawa has the first down, tackled at the Cougar 42-yard line. And let's stick with Andrew Rich for a moment. So I really got a kick out of the injury report on him last week. Just a whole body contusion.
When you play the way he does, where he throws his body, you saw that last one, Frazier on the front side, and Rich just threw his entire body in there. You are going to have a whole body contusion at the end of the thing. And so it's going to take that guy till Wednesday or Thursday every week to feel good.
Going to spend a lot of time with a lot of ice packs on him. 1st and 10 for the Wolfpack. Tawa. A nice job from BYU coming up to support the run. Gain of a little over a yard on first down.
And Andrew Rich is going to get a lot of tackles in this football game because they've put him in a position. They've moved him back to free safety, and he is the alley runner. When we say that, he's got no assignment one side or the other. His assignment is to run to the football in the alley from the middle of the field.
Today's replays are brought to you by America First Credit Union, where members come first. Our whole crew just thrilled to be here. One of the most spectacular venues in all of college football here in Provo at LaBelle Edwards Stadium. Kaepernick wants to throw. The receiver has the football, stays on his feet. Malcolm Shepard, senior from Tucson, Arizona. They've had a lot of success throwing the football today. And, you know, Kaepernick, a guy coming into his senior year, as we talked about in the open, not known for his ability to pass the football. He looks like a pretty sharp thrower back there.
Well, remember, when we talked about it at the top, he's a 54% career passer. That's not great. This season, he's over 70%. And not only has he gotten smarter about where he's throwing the football, but his mechanics are better. And Chris Salt's worked with him to get that arm and that delivery up a little higher, which makes him more accurate.
1st and 10. Throw it again, and this time it's off the hands of the receiver, Rashard Matthews.
And you mentioned earlier, Ari, that he threw the baseball in the low 90s. And so when he came to Nevada, he was a fireball. I mean, he could throw the thing with a lot of velocity. It just was all over the place. And now you see him kind of settle in and be more accurate. Now that last one, that probably had too much velocity on it. And if that kind of throw isn't perfect, nobody's going to catch it.
Takes sometimes a while for guys to learn. It's about throwing a catchable ball, not trying to impress everybody with how quickly you can get it there. 10th play of the drive right here, 2nd and 10. High snap. Lamford Mark on the carry. Brought down at the 18-yard line, setting up a critical 3rd down for the Wolfpack. Again, if you're just joining us, they are #1 in the country in 3rd down conversions, coming in to today 68% so far today, 1 for 2 on 3rd down. Kaepernick wants to throw on 3rd down, and it's complete. It's Matthews, and he stumbles just shy of the end zone. That was a terrific catch from Matthews. 13 yards on the play, Kaepernick to Matthews.
And the coverage was good, but to the inside, and the ball is thrown to the perfect spot. Watch Brian Logan. He's going to break to the inside. He's in a good spot if that ball's thrown inside, but Kaepernick throws the ball perfectly to the outside, and a nice adjustment by Matthews to catch that.
Tawa back in at tailback. He already has 4 rushing touchdowns on the season, 1st and goal. It's Tawa. And he's battling. There's the signal, touchdown, Wolfpack. So Nevada responds. BYU ties the game at 7, and the Wolfpack march it down the field 80 yards, and Tawa gets in for the score.
You watch the surge offensively, and Tao's a big, tough guy. He gets his pads low, and if your pads are lower and you're coming from that deep in the backfield, you're going to have a chance to fall forward. He does into the end zone.
Anthony Martinez on for the extra point. Kick is good. Wolfpack lead the Cougars 14-7. Tawa in the game so far, already 10 carries for 46 yards and a touchdown. So Vi Tawa Senior running back, back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, is certainly on his way to a third straight 1,000-yard season. Coming in today with 320 yards. He's already added 46. Let's check the Jeep drive summary. 12 plays, 80 yards, 5 minutes and 25 seconds off the clock. And that's a pretty nice response from a team on the road after the momentum changed a little bit.
Well, and you have to love everything about that drive summary. You love the fact that they kept the football for 5:25 as well. And that's the other thing that Chris Salt talked to us about. They want to be methodical with their approach offensively. They want to move it slowly and methodically down the field without making errors and just wear you down. That makes them better as the game goes on.
Absolutely. I mean, for BYU, you're thinking, how much more of this defensively do I want to deal with? And I think about the third quarter and getting into the fourth quarter. Because Nevada will not let up. They have scored a touchdown in every quarter of every game so far this year. Now 13 straight quarters with at least one touchdown. Jacobson from a couple yards deep, and he's going to bring it out. A little reverse in play. I think that's Cody Hoffman. And Hoffman up across the 40. So a little trickery. Cody Hoffman, the freshman, we looked at him down on the field before the game, and this guy looks like an athlete, and they found a way to get him the football.
And if you're going to be a good kick returner, you got to be able to make some people miss. And this time Huffman does a great job making the first guy miss and make a big play out of it. It was Boudreaux who had a chance deep and who was the contain man. And sometimes it's just, hey, I'm going to beat you one-on-one, and Huffman did it that time.
When you got a true freshman starting quarterback, everybody else has to step up and make a play. And in that case, another freshman makes a play in Cody Hoffman. So here we go. Heaps just 1 for 3 so far for 0 yards, but DeLuigi so far 5 carries for 26 yards and a touchdown. DeLuigi and forced out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
DeLuigi has got great ability to bounce the football, to bounce it outside, to cut it back to the inside. His ability to stop and start and change direction is his best asset as a running back. Not a real big guy, but very compact. And if you look at him, he's a well-built kid. He can take a little bit of punishment out there.
Pretty good vision there. It sets up a more manageable situation on third down as he gets it just across the 45-yard line as we enter the final minute of the opening quarter. Hoffman comes into the game at the receiver position. He's the guy who just had the big kickoff return. Correa in the game as one of the running backs along with DeLuigi. Heaps will be in the shotgun. BYU 1 for 2 on third down so far today. Heaps to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Completes it. DeLuigi spins. Gets the first down. Well, today we're excited to bring you double coverage, which is brought to you by New York Life Insurance Company. New York Life can help protect your family's financial future. Contact a New York Life agent today. Got to keep Dante Moak out of the play. And so far, we have not called Dante's name except on the offsides.
Yeah, and that last play I watched to see that matchup. This is one of the great matchups in this game is Matt Reynolds at left tackle and Dante Moak when he lines up at right defensive end.
Heaps on play action. Gets hit on the throw. And looking for Hoffman, it's incomplete. It appeared that time the defensive back Doyle Miller got there just as the ball arrived. And there's a player down in the Cougar backfield.
Official timeout.
The clock has expired here at the end of the quarter. It certainly cause for concern as one of the big guys
End of the first period.
for BYU struggling to get up here at the end of the first quarter. Well, we will check on the injury when we come back, but 15 minutes complete in Provo, and Nevada leads BYU 14-7. Welcome back. Good news. Matt Reynolds able to walk off on his own, so hopefully he'll be able to return. First quarter stats are brought to you by Simply Mac. Visit a Simply Mac retail store for all of your Apple computer sales and warranty repairs. Simply Mac, your local Apple specialist. All right, Blaine, what do you see?
Well, look at the total yard. I mean, it just screams right off of the screen. There are 172 total yards for Nevada. They have controlled the football. The turnover cost them. That turnover resulted in 7 points for BYU on a short field.
Opening play of the second quarter, 2nd and 10 for BYU. They keep it on the ground. Nice job by the Wolfpack there. Stop the play after a gain of a little bit more than a yard. DeLuigi. Got to get his jersey over that shoulder pad. Needs a little help.
Needs the gear put back in place. For BYU, this is what they want to avoid. With a young quarterback, you want to avoid 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, and 3rd and 10. You want to give him 3rd and 3 and 3rd and 4 when the defense has to respect both the run and the pass. Now it's an obvious passing down.
Well, this time the Wolfpack get back on side. Heaps. He's in trouble. Incomplete, but a late flag comes in. This may be a hold. If Dante Moak says it's a hold. Obviously, in this situation, you decline the penalty and bring up 4th down.
Holding, offense number 75. Penalty decline, 4th down.
Let's check in with Sammy on the condition of Matt Reynolds. Sammy?
Well, the update is he's got a shoulder injury. They don't know exactly at this point how severe, so we will wait and see whether or not he goes back in.
Thank you, Sammy. So 4th down, and the Cougars will be forced to punt. That punt is completely shanked. J.D. Faslev is listed as a wide receiver, and he comes into punt, so we're going to have to check in and see if Sammy can find out what's going on with Riley Stevenson, why he wasn't out there to punt the football. Faslev looked a little bit nervous on that kick. I mean, let's check and see. It was a 2-yard punt. So, now excellent field position for Nevada.
When you remember, looking back, Ari, when BYU played Air Force earlier this season, they had a couple of short punts that really hurt them in that game, where Air Force got short fields as a result and went down and scored. And this is a Nevada offense that doesn't need any help with short fields.
No, they do not. 1st and 10. Tawa straight up the gut for a few yards on 1st down. They've got nice balance offensively, and I think one of the things you said earlier really pinpointed the problem for the BYU defense is you have to respect everything with this group because they have so many different options offensively.
Well, and the best way to defend, now nobody's been able to do it, so this is easy to say, but the best way to defend them is you've got to shut the run down, take your chances on the pass and make them one-dimensional, make them throw the football. And, if they hurt you that way, I guess you'll have to take that.
Kaepernick to throw, and he completes it to Chris Wellington, senior from Woodland Hills, California. Going to bring up 3rd and short, and it's not going to be next season, as far as we know, but the Wolfpack eventually are coming to the Mountain West Conference, and Chris Alt and this offense will bring another dimension. I mean, a lot of people think they're like Air Force, but Air Force does not have the ability to throw the football as well as Nevada currently does with Colin Kaepernick as the quarterback in this offense.
Well, and they do some different things offensively, to allow them to throw the football, but really it's all about number 10 out there. That guy, Colin Kaepernick, makes it so that you can throw the football. You can build an offense around that guy, and it'll be interesting to see how much of a drop-off there is next season.
He already has over 100 yards passing. He gives to Tawa, and Tawa showing some speed. Tackled at the 31-yard line, so it was just 3rd and short, gain of 17 on the play.
Chris Alt told us that they're athletic up front, they do a great job, and that Tawa is a great north-south runner, that he just likes to run downhill, and that he's also the leader of that running back group, that he is the emotional guy that sets the tone for everyone else with his work ethic and the way he approaches the game.
It's Randall, and there is a flag as Randall gets inside the 20. This is usually in the area of offensive holding.
Holding, offense number 62. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay first down.
John Bender. Let's check it with Sammy.
Riley Stephen not punting that last time was a coach's decision. He is not injured. And last time the BYU defense was on the sideline, they were getting very coached up by Jaime Hill. As about as upset as I've ever seen him. He was talking to his linebacker saying, guys, assignment sound. If you're the force guy, if you're the spill guy, you have to do your job. He's really upset about the containment, and the goal line stand, he said, was plain pitiful. So hopefully they've learned here.
Good information. 1st and 20 for the Wolfpack. Kaepernick. Not much room to work that time. Nice job there by Shane Hunter. With this pistol offense, obviously, the front three have got to take on a couple of the blockers' blame. Those linebackers have to make tackles today.
And everybody has an assignment, and someone's going to be responsible. This time, watch Jameson Frazier. He's responsible for the dive back. Go get him no matter what. Even if he doesn't have the football, you saw him flash in your screen, he gets him, and then you know what? It's not your job to get the quarterback. It's somebody else's.
Kaepernick. They're setting up the screen to Tawa. And the BYU bench is enraged at what they thought was an illegal block. And the BYU player who was blocked on the play,
Official timeout,
is down. And you can hear the crowd. That's all you need to know.
Well, and BYU's bench immediately came off, and you'll take a look. It's a screen play, and here comes Funga, and that is a very, very bad play. That's a very bad play. It's a block in the back, and it's a low hit to the knees. And you can hear this crowd. And nobody likes that in football, Ari. Nobody likes it in football. You want people to play clean and hit, and you're being aggressive, but you don't like to see illegal blocks in the back low. Everybody's worried about their knees in this business. Everybody worried about those knees.
Yeah, that is a scary situation. And that entire BYU sideline, I mean, literally, it was like they all wanted to run on the field at the same time to protect their fallen teammate. As Romney now able to walk off with help, but they need that big guy. I mean, he eats up blockers. I mean, he's the nose. I mean, he's their guy, and you can hear it. I mean, these fans are incensed right now.
And it's like the sacred thing. When you're in practice, you always talk to your own, hey, everybody stay high, you get in games. It's kind of like this unwritten rule in football that you cut where it's legal inside, but when it gets outside, you stay away from people's knees.
What's going to be interesting here is what happens now emotionally on the field, whether this really fires up the BYU team. Now it's 3rd and long for the Wolfpack. They are 3 for 4 on 3rd down today. Lamford Mark, the tailback. Kaepernick gonna scramble. Throws back across his body. That ball is caught and very close to a first down. Nope, they're gonna rule it incomplete. Well, they can't seem to make up their mind. There's a lot of people pointing in every direction. The linesman has placed the ball as though it is a completion, and I'm hoping that we have a pretty good look at it. So if I'm the Wolfpack, I get up to the line of scrimmage immediately.
Yeah, and run a play. How about the arm strength out of Colin Kaepernick on this one? We talked about how strong his arm is. He's moving to his left. His feet are parallel, so he can't stride out. Boy, and what BYU was saying was that Brandon Bradley was the guy that ended up with the football at the end of all that. That was a strange-looking ending to that play. And we'll take another look at it and see if you can be the judge there. They're going to mark the ball there and measure to see if it's a first down.
All right, so 4th and short. Let's assume for the moment the play stands.
Sure. Let's take a look at it again. And you talk about, see him moving to his left and the ability to get some strength on it. And
you can't tell anything from that angle.
Boy, that's going to be another one of those ones where if there's not an angle that they can see, the ruling on the field that it was a complete, they'll just say it stands. They won't be able to say that it's confirmed unless they have a different angle.
All right, but decision time here. It's 4th and short. It's already 14-7 on the road. Do you go for the field goal and go up 10, or do you try to pick up the first down and maintain the drive?
Well, Chris Hall already showed us that he's not a, his confidence in his offense. When he was on his own 38-yard line, he went on 4th down saying, hey, I've got tremendous confidence in number 10. And you would expect that that's what he'll do here. And certainly there's 10 comes out of that huddle, and they're going to go for it.
They will go for it, 4th and inches. They decided not even to review the play, so they assumed it was a catch. They're already 1 for 1 on 4th downs so far today. Kaepernick gives it to Randall, and Randall didn't need much. He got just enough for a Wolfpack 1st down.
Needed to get to just outside the 20-yard line, and they're going to mark it right at the 20. So you got it by about a half a yard. Good surge.
And he's really their short yardage back. Courtney Randall, he's just 5'10", but 215 pounds strong, and they like him in those short yardage situations. So it sets up 1st and 10. The 1st and 10 line is brought to you by Remax, the sign you want, the agent you need. First and 10 for the Wolfpack. Kaepernick moving to his left, will throw, looking for the tight end, broken up. Terrific play, Andrew Rich.
The ball is thrown in a good spot, but Andrew Rich closes on the ball. Look at the closing speed. When the ball's in the air, Andrew Rich makes a great play, takes a great angle, and gets 2 hands to push that one into the ground.
There was a hold on the play. We'll wait and see what BYU elects to do. I think at this part of the field, you have to accept the penalty and back them up. Bronco Mendenhall says, yes, we will accept the penalty. Really enjoyed our visit, my first time face to face.
They will take the 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay 1st down.
Getting a chance to visit with him, and he's so passionate about the game of football, and I thought he was pretty candid about a lot of subjects about this football team and where they're headed. I just thought he was very refreshing. I really enjoyed our time with him yesterday.
He says this team reminds him of his first year. A very young team trying to find an identity, a lot of talent, but extremely young. And that's a tough thing, because when you're young, you don't know what you're going to get from week to week or even from quarter to quarter.
So 4th penalty on Nevada now for a total of 35 yards. BYU has yet to be penalized in the game. And I think we've got everything sorted out. Back to football, 1st and 20. Another time-consuming drive for the Wolfpack. Kaepernick got some room up the left side, inside the 10, and forced out of bounds at the 5-yard line. And again, when he gets to the edge plane, boy, is he fast.
It reminds me of a big-time hurdler with the stride that he has. He goes to the edge, and he's surprisingly fast. And once he, see the block on the edge, that's what you want right there. You get that. If you can get that edge and allow him to turn up the field, he gets stride. And those are about 5-yard strides when Colin Kaepernick gets going. It's going to be hard to catch him.
That 6'6" frame really comes in handy. Tawa and Randall both in the game right now. 1st and goal, just inside the 5. Kaepernick on the keeper, and he'll take it for 6. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
When this offense continues to roll, you talk about assignment sound. Somebody's got to have the fullback. They get the fullback. Frazier has the fullback. But you would think somebody would know that number 10 is the main guy. and you have to know where he is on every single play.
In their previous 3 games, he's accounted for at least 2 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns. Now today, he has a passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown. The extra point is good from Martinez. And the Wolfpack lead is now 21-7. Colin Kaepernick, the rushing touchdown, his 8th of the season. Beautiful blocking, and he gets into the end zone. Nevada has extended their lead to 21-7, courtesy of a touchdown run from that guy, Colin Kaepernick. The out-of-town scoreboard is brought to you by RE/MAX, the sign you want, the agent you need. On Friday night, just last night, TCU wins at SMU. Air Force beats Wyoming, but it was a close game. And CSU and Idaho in a nail-biter in the fourth quarter. And all these games coming up a little bit later. Utah looking to stay perfect. They've moved all the way up to 13 in the country. And either New Mexico or UNLV will get a win and get some confidence for one of those two programs. Jacobson, and this time he will stay in the end zone. It'll be a touchback. So 1st and 10 from the 20 for BYU, and this is not the situation the Cougars want to be in. You've got a true freshman quarterback, and you're now asking him, they've got to play accelerated on offense because they're already down by 2 touchdowns, and BYU, with the exception of the turnover, has shown no ability to stop the Wolfpack.
Well, and nobody has all year. And we expected that Nevada would move the ball, and they have. They've been everything that we saw on film, Ari. And so now BYU's got to play catch-up, and they almost have to feel desperate at this point to get a score because Nevada's going to continue to be able to move the ball unless there's major changes defensively.
Heaps trying to set up the screen. DeLuigi across the 30. Colson, the defensive end, able to track down DeLuigi at the 34-yard line. Let's look at the Jeep drive summary. 9 plays, 57 yards, 4 minutes, 48 seconds off the clock. Kaepernick 4-yard touchdown run. And again, you're going to say you got to like all those numbers.
They've been 4.5 to 5.5 minutes. Each one of these scoring drives has been beautiful, just clockwork.
DeLuigi on the ground. And Brett Roy and company bring him down after a gain of 3 yards. It was really when BYU forced that turnover and got to touchdown. I just think for this team, it's about building their confidence. It's one of the things we talked with the coaching staff is, this team's so used to having so much success, and they've been 1-2 before, but this is a group that hasn't had a lot of success as a group because it's so young and really needs some plays. Someone's got to step up here for Jake Heaps. Heaps the throw, completes the pass. Big chunk there into Wolfpack territory to the 45-yard line. Marcus Matthews on the catch, 18 yards on the play.
Marcus Matthews, a tight end, but a small tight end that can play inside and get up the field. And I like the drive so far for BYU. The play calling has been good for the young guy. Not making him make a lot of reads. They throw a screen pass on first down, which is a no-read play, and then they give him a quick slant in the middle of the field to build his confidence as they proceed down the field here.
1st and 10. No place to go. Correa spun back, loss of 3 yards on the play. There we saw Dante Moak show that speed. I mean, he was in the backfield before Correa had any chance to make it a positive play. Cougars going no huddle. Heaps to throw, Ashworth to catch. Duke Williams and Isaiah Fry with the tackle. Gain of 6 on the play. Another 3rd down for BYU. BYU 2 for 4 on 3rd down so far today. Third and 7. Trying to set up the screen, and Heaps completes it to Correa, but he is well short of the 1st down. All right, you know this staff as well as anybody in the country. You've got 4th and a little more than 3 yards. What do you think the Bronco and the team does down by 2 scores? Well,
at this point, the Nevada offense has been so good, you don't want them to come back out on the field. I don't think it matters right now whether they have a 70-yard field or a 60-yard field, so you go for it. And and they've kept the offense out there on the field.
On the season, 3 for 6 on 4th down. Heaps is in trouble, spins away from it. Chance to show off that athleticism. Dives for the 1st down. It's going to be close. Needed to get just inside the 35. And based on the fans' reaction, they don't like the spot. We can't really see because of all the Nevada players are right on top of where they spotted the football.
Yeah, we got the Nevada players between us and where the football was. So
doesn't appear there's even going to be a measurement. It's first and 10 for the Wolfpack.
Jay keeps coming, and they're going to look to see where he steps on the line. Yeah, and you see what happened when he reached out, but that left knee went on the white, and so where that knee goes down. Now take a look if we can see it all the way through here. Watch the slide. Boom! That left knee is on the white line. It's where the ball is when that knee hits the line, and they're going to mark it just about a half a yard short of a 1st down.
Wolfpack offense back on the field. 1st and 10 from their own 35 and hold everything. We're going to take another look.
Previous play is under further review.
This may be the 3rd time today where they come back and say the call stands, that they're not even necessarily able to confirm it, because from that angle, real hard to tell where the football was when it appeared that the knee was out of bounds.
When his knee went down and he slid out, it's going to be difficult to tell. And I mean, I guess the question is, he was extended out. If he's out of bounds before that ball passes, and it's going to be a tough angle for them to know. I think that this is just going to stand. Going to be tough with the angles that they're going to have.
It's a heck of an effort by Jake Heaps.
Oh no, he's making a great effort. He had blocking downfield, but I think if he's able to lay out and the knee doesn't come down, he has it easily. But the fact that the knee came down and slid out of bounds, I think that's going to make it tough, and it's going to be a very difficult one to overturn on the field.
That's what I think too. We haven't seen anything that makes it clear that they should overturn this. Heaps on that drive, 4 for 4, 42 yards passing, but it was his legs on the 4th down play. He escaped the pressure initially because it looked like he was going to be sacked, and showed some good physical strength to stay on his feet.
It was that Dante Moak again in the backfield. He's so quick coming off the edge. It's so difficult to get a hand on.
Well, so far today, I think the officials have done a terrific job handling these situations. I think they've gotten it right on the first 2 occasions they've gone to the booth. This may be the toughest one. Again, because the way that they have articulated the rules, that you have to make sure that you have that visual evidence.
Right.
The indisputable evidence. I don't think that there's anything there that makes it indisputable that's going to overturn this call.
Yeah, if the replay officials up there going, boy, you know what? We just don't know. We can't tell from up here. Then what's called on the field stands, and that's most likely what's going to happen here, because there's just not a great view to be able to overturn this.
Here we go.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands.
Understandably, the fans are frustrated, but if they had our vantage point and the great camera work by our guys and what we could see, there's just no way you can overturn that.
Well, and think about this. If the mark had gone to the other side and it had been a 1st down, and they ruled it a 1st down, they wouldn't have been able to overturn that either. There just wasn't enough evidence there to do it.
1st and 10 for Nevada. They already lead 21-7. Kaepernick through the air, 9 for 10 for 116 yards. He wants to throw again. Going down the field, and he overthrows the intended target. That time he was looking for Wimberly. So just 2 incompletions thus far for Kaepernick. And he's also carried the ball 7 times for 61 yards.
Well, just good coverage that time, and he put the ball where he needed to. You throw it out where just your receiver would have a chance, if any chance at all, but well covered that time.
Well, he came into today's game only needing roughly 75 yards to break the school record for total offense. He has accomplished that and more. So now #1 in the record books. Oop, ball on the ground, flags everywhere. And Kaepernick able to recover his own fumble.
And it's illegal formation on the offense. They'll decline that because there was a loss of yardage on the play.
Right.
And so you're just going to decline that and have the down.
Then it forces 3rd and long.
And it seems like the only ones that can stop Nevada at this point in the season are themselves, when they put the ball on the ground or when they have penalties.
Fans getting into it here in Provo, trying to help out the BYU defense. Kaepernick throws, and it is caught by his big tight end, Virgil Green, but he is short of the 1st down. And now, again, it's 4th and 1. It's Chris Ault. It's the Wolfpack. I'm starting to assume that they're just going to go for it.
Well, and in this situation, now he's got a 21. Now he's 21-7 with a lead, and he's in his own territory. But he looks like he's going to stay with his theme, and that is, I'm confident enough in this offense that we're going to leave them out there and get 1st downs. And their defense has played well enough to back them up so far.
Chris Ault has so much confidence in this offense. Might just be trying to draw him off this time. Yep, and call timeout. We will take a break as well. The Wolfpack lead by 14 points. We'll be right back to Provo. So glad that you're with us. Ari Wolf, Blaine Fowler upstairs, Sammy Linebaugh downstairs. 4 minutes, 23 seconds to go in the 2nd quarter. Nevada looking to stay perfect on the season. They are 3-0. They lead BYU 21-7. And even after they tried to get BYU to jump on the 4th down, it appears that Nevada will go for it coming out of the timeout. They're 2 for 2 on 4th down.
The only problem with this risk right now, Ari, is if you punt it, you don't lose any momentum. If you don't get a 1st down here, you risk giving momentum back to BYU right now a little bit to give them a short field.
You might try again to draw them off sides, in which case, even if you get 5 yards on a delay of game, it's not a big deal for your punter. We'll see. They didn't get it. And I don't know why you don't keep it in the hands of Kaepernick. The towel of the running back on that play does not pick up the 1st down.
You know, so we talked about that risk. Now that risk is that now you're going to give BYU a short field. And good penetration by the defensive front for BYU. Backers filling in low. You see, you got to get lower than the offense in that case. And Shane Hunter, the middle backer, coming up underneath and taking the legs out from under the running back, Towel.
So 1st and 10 BYU. The other time they got great field position, they turned it into a touchdown when they created a turnover. This time they get the ball on downs at the Nevada 45-yard line. Heap 6 of 10 on the day for 49 yards. Going to go for the quick hitter going down the field for Jacobson, and quarterback didn't give his receiver a chance on that one. Now, Jake Heaps is sort of one of these new age quarterbacks in the sense that he went all the camps. This guy has spent his entire life being groomed to be a quarterback at not just an elite college, but also wants to play on Sundays. So he's one of these kind of guys that's done everything to try to prepare himself for this level of football.
A lot of personal coaching and those kinds of things. And he comes into college as a freshman with an unbelievable skill set, a college skill set. But there's still a big adjustment in terms of the speed of the game and the reads out there.
2nd and 10. DeLuigi. Nice play there. Marlon Johnson, one of the safeties, able to take down DeLuigi in the open field. Blaine, you've played here. What factor is the shadows right now on the field? Because they're basically they're at the college hash on one side of the field. Does that make it difficult in the passing game?
It makes it look ugly for TV, but in terms of the receivers, unless you're on that very left side of the field, catching one in the corner, it shouldn't affect him because that sun's coming from the west and the field's north and south, so it doesn't have a huge impact on you.
3rd and 5. Cougars are 2 for 5 on 3rd down so far today. Heaps Going deep for Jacobson. And there was a little contact earlier in the play. I don't think the fans or anybody saw it. That's why you're not hearing any boo birds. But it was, I think, enough contact from Isaiah Fry to slow down Jacobson.
Well, and you can contact the receiver in college, and there's no 5-yard rule as long as the ball's not in the air. And I think that contact took place early enough that it was legal. You see, you get your hands on the receivers, throw the timing off. That's what you want to do.
But what about that? I mean, that seemed a little too much.
It depends on whether or not the ball is in the air, and we can't see from that view. If the ball's not in the air, you can get away with it. If the ball's in the air and you still got your hands on the receiver, then they call it.
BYU will go for it on 4th down. Heaps with time, completes the pass, and just enough for a Cougar first down as he gets it to Jacobson. All right, time for our double coverage brought to you by New York Life Insurance.
And you're going to get a chance to see McKay Jacobson isolated. Just a little swivel move where he fakes to the outside and comes back inside just enough for a first down. And you see the reaction on the left of Jake Heaps to the first down.
New York Life will go the extra yard to help keep your family safe and secure. Contact an agent today to learn how. 1st and 10 for BYU. Rolling out Jake Heaps. Going down the field. Jacobson was wide open. It's a tough throw, you know, but you got to make that throw.
And when you're on the roll, when you're rolling out, especially to your right, when you're running to your left, you've got to square your hips back up. But when you're rolling to your right, if you don't get your shoulders square, the ball take off and it will carry further out to the right. You almost have to aim back inside the receiver to be accurate when you're on a full roll to your right.
On this drive, Heaps 1 for 4 for 5 yards, but it was a critical one. The completion was on 4th down. So 2nd and 10. Heaps to throw. DeLuigi has it, spins and picks up a BYU first down. Nice throw and catch there. And let's go downstairs and check it with Sammy.
Update on BYU nose tackle Romney Fuga. He is done for the game, and MRI is scheduled for tomorrow.
Thank you, Sammy. And it was not a play that BYU fans are going to be able to get over anytime soon. 1st and 10. Heaps, nice play action. Looking for Hoffman, makes the catch. Tackled inside the 5, and suddenly Heaps showing some confidence.
Good play action. That allows you to get those linebackers up in the front, gives you more room to throw in that intermediate level. A nice stop route on the outside, curl. And you get a chance to see Jake Heaps. He has tremendous velocity on the football.
Today's replays are brought to you by America First Credit Union, where members come first. 1st and goal. Flags on the play.
There's going to be a false start on BYU, Ari, and
just the first penalty for the Cougars
move
today.
It back 5 yards.
Remains 1st and goal. DeLuigi, and no place to go. Nice job there, Brandon Marshall, one of the outside linebackers. In this Nevada defense, again, they're sort of like the running back by talent. Nobody ends up talking about the Nevada defense because the offense has been spectacular.
Well, one of the things we see out of them today, we saw this last week against Cal, they do have good closing speed on that defense. So when somebody tries to bounce or go back the opposite direction, they're able to get to the football quickly with a lot of helmets to the ball.
Nevada uses a timeout with 1:37 seconds to go in the first half. BYU trying to punch it in and make it a one-score game. 97 seconds to go in the first half. Beautiful shot. What a gorgeous day here in Provo. Ideal conditions. Take a look at the yards. BYU 35 yards on this drive. They've been playing catch up in that department. Nevada already with 258 yards of total offense, which is pretty much business as usual for that bunch.
Yeah, they just roll on you. Great running and passing combination.
Great opportunity here, though, for BYU to make this 21-14 game. 2nd and goal. Heaps to throw. Looking for DeLuigi. Makes the catch, but he's out of bounds.
Well, I've been impressed this season, but today with a couple of catches that J.J. DeLuigi has been able to make. For a running back, he has outstanding hands, and here's a look, just fighting for it. There's the catch. Boy, did he get that left one in or not? And you remember, you only have to get 1 foot in college. You don't need 2, you just need 1. And certainly the right one was out. The left one is hard to tell. If that left one's in, so he's got the ball controlled, left foot. If that left foot's in, that's a touchdown. The right one certainly is out, but this isn't the NFL.
Oh, we've had some close calls. I mean, this is the 4th one in the first half.
This one's be a little easier because I would think they'll get a view where they'll see whether that left foot is in or not. And that is the question here. Good battle for the ball. That ball is perfectly thrown, by the way. In his hands. Let's see if that left foot comes down. There's the left foot. The question is that on the line or is it on the green?
You tell me, partner.
Well, I don't know. That's another tough one.
I'm not going out on that.
That's another tough one.
Yeah, that's what I said. I mean, you thought we'd have an
angle. Let's see. This might be a better angle. Well, and you can't tell.
You didn't see any chalk or anything.
Yeah,
remember, this is a natural grass field.
Yeah.
No chalk coming up leads me to believe that it was in bounds.
Yeah, that looks. And this is. You'd like, if you're the replay official, to be able to see a little green in between that white shoe and that white line, but he's got the ball.
Hey.
And there's the foot.
Now that one, you hold it, it looks like it's on the white there. Yeah, hold it right there. I mean, wow.
Yeah, I can't tell if I can see green or not. And I'm not looking at an HD monitor, by the way.
Right, that's true. We do not. The folks at home are seeing this more clearly
and the guys up in the replay booth have a little clearer view than what you and I are looking at on our little monitors here in the booth.
That's a great shot right there. Again, I don't see, any chalk, any paint come up there, which, again, if I had to make a decision, I'd probably say touchdown BYU, but I'm glad I don't have to make this call.
And again, if you don't have conclusive evidence, you just have to go with a call on the field. Now, the tough one about that is the official on the field could just as easily rule touchdown.
Remember, it has to be indisputable video evidence to overturn this call.
Yeah, regardless of what happens here, Ari, that was a beautiful throw. That throw had some great touch on it.
All right, here's the call.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. 4th down.
We haven't had a ruling on the field confirmed yet today because they've all been very difficult calls. Difficult calls to make in real time and then hard to determine as you watch the replay.
Huge play here now for BYU. 3rd and goal. We need to have one more conversation here with the guys upstairs. There may be confusion on the down. According to what I thought now, I thought it was 3rd down. I believe it's 3rd down for BYU.
And remember, on 1st down, there was a procedure penalty or a false start. They move it back.
There's still 1st down there.
And then a run play that went nowhere, and then that throw right there
correct
should
down
be 3rd down.
is 3rd down.
There we go. Yeah, so it's a run play to DeLuigi, and then that throw. And so this will be 3rd down.
A lot of huge calls.
Yeah, a lot of. But you know what? As long as they get them right, that's all good, right?
We'll be here as long as they need us to be here. This is great fun. So here we go. 3rd and goal. Heaps throws, and it is knocked away. Doyle Miller, senior from Anaheim, California. able to break it up. It appeared Heaps was not ready for the snap, that it came a little early. Fortunate for BYU, he's able to hold on to the football.
Boy, and a great job by Miller, the senior, to get his hand in there. Transfer that played at Fullerton College and just gets a piece of that football. Good defense there. I like how he looked around and located and was able to get a hand on it.
The ball still got through, but it was enough for Doyle.
Enough of the deflection.
Enough for Doyle Miller to get there. 27-yard field goal attempt for Mitch Payne. Kick is on the way, and it is good. So Nevada, the risky decision to go for it on 4th down. They don't convert. They give BYU the short field, but, you know, if you're Chris Ault, you got to feel pretty good about it. Because remember, it was 1st and goal just outside the 3-yard line. Yeah. And they only end up holding BYU to 3 points. The Jeep drive summary. It's not a particularly long drive for the Cougars, but they did get points, but they have left 80 seconds on the clock for Nevada, and it's an offense that, yes, they like to be ball control, but if they need to, they can move it down the field in a hurry.
Yeah, and they throw it well enough. The thing that's tough with this Nevada team, they get big run plays sometimes, and they do only have 1 timeout left in this half. That'll make it a little more difficult. There's the Jeep drive summary. 11 plays and only 35 yards before they kicked that 27-yard field goal. They had the football for just under 3 minutes.
Stevenson to kick it off. Wooten and Matthews are deep. Matthews from his own 2-yard line. Wooten, a pretty good block. That was a great play by whoever that was for BYU there on that side of the field, because he got by that guy. There was a lot of green space.
It was touchdown.
Coming up on the Ram Halftime Live, Roger Bailey, Jay Lewinberg, and Joe Glenn as they break down the first half and take a look around the rest of the Mountain West. Always fun to hear from those guys. First and 10 for the Wolfpack. Towel the tailback. See how aggressive they'll be. They don't have great field position, just at their own 24-yard line. On the ground, it's Tawa. Good tackle made there in the open field. It does not appear that Nevada is in any particular hurry.
Sometimes you do a little test play, and if it bounces and you get some big yardage on it, you go, okay, now we got some field position, we go after this thing. But the test play only got 4 yards this time.
Another one to throw. Kaepernick down the field. Wimberly's got it. Makes 2 guys miss and stumbles into Cougar territory. This changes everything. Gain of 27 yards on the play.
Now you want to hurry up. Absolutely. There's your big play. And Wimberly is Mr. Reliable. He can play all 3 positions. He's the leader of that wide receiver group for them, and they go to him in the clutch.
Kaepernick gonna run. Smart play, gets out of bounds to the 41-yard line. If you're wondering about the field goal kicker for Nevada, it's Anthony Martinez. He's just a redshirt freshman. 4 for 4 on the season, a long of 33. So hard to know in these conditions at this elevated height how far he'd be capable of making a kick from, because he hasn't had many opportunities here in just his first year of action for the Wolfpack. How much do you think it affects the kicks up here?
I think most guys get an extra 5 yards of range when they get to this elevation, anything over 4,500 feet.
Kaepernick throws, moving to his left, and that's incomplete. 23 seconds to go in the half. Nobody is warming up, which seems odd.
It's hot out. You and I keep talking about how hot it is here, so maybe nobody needs to warm up.
Martinez is ready to go. They're definitely going to need some more yards before I imagine they'd even consider a field goal attempt. Wolfpack 3 for 6 on 3rd down so far in this game. 68% on the season. And they pick up the 1st down with Tawa. So the clock stops here with 18 seconds. Nevada has 1 timeout remaining. They want to hold on to that one for the moment.
First and 10.
Kaepernick under center is something you don't often see, but he has to
He's
there.
gonna spike the ball,
spike the ball. So 13 seconds.
And that took him 5 seconds to get that ball spiked. That was a little long. And they have just 1 timeout remaining. You'd like to keep that, so if you have to use that to get your field goal kicker on the field, you have it. But that one took a little too long.
Official's going to stop play here.
Please set the play clock to 25 seconds and start it on my whistle.
Just resetting the play clock. Already the 6th play of this drive. Nevada started this drive at their own 24-yard line. 13 seconds remain in the first half. They need 1 more chunky yardage to get into field goal range. Kaepernick to throw, has his man, Session, out of bounds, and now they're certainly in field goal range. As Trey Session, 16 yards on the play.
The nice part is they run an out route. That's the ideal situation. He gets out of bounds. You still have your timeout. That allows you to run another play.
Got to be careful, though, if you run the football. You can't fight for extra yards here, or the clock may expire and you get
got to be able to get your timeout.
And Kaepernick changing the play.
Timeout, BYU. Their first short timeout this half.
I think once Kaepernick decided to change the play, I think the BYU, if you've got the timeouts and you have any uncertainty about what you're going to do defensively, good decision there, call the timeout and get your guys set.
And BYU came up, they showed blitz early, and then Kaepernick checked out of the play he had originally called, and I think BYU thought, okay, well, now that he's into the play that he wants, we're going to change the defense here.
Now, this Nevada offense this season has been one of the best in the country, averaging just under 51 points per game. That's 4th best in the country. Total offense, 560 yards per game. And you look already today, the rush yards are basically already there. The pass yards are already more than halfway there. Total yards, more than halfway there. But interestingly enough, points-wise, they're not more than halfway there because of the turnover.
Yeah,
you know, really, they had the 1 turnover, and then the time they turned it over on downs. Those were 2 drive killers. Kaepernick going for it all, and just threw that one out the backside of the end zone.
Well, that's a smart play. That's a senior play. You've got a time clock in your head that says I've got 8 seconds, and what I don't want to do is throw an interception or turn the ball over here. So if it looks bad at all, just throw it out of the back of the end zone and let my field goal kicker come on here and kick the field goal.
Well, it's a little longer kick, so Ricky Drake, who handles the kickoffs, is going to handle this. It's going to be a 38-yard attempt. Riley Drake. High snap, they get it down. Kick is on the way, not particularly pretty, but right between the uprights. So Nevada regains its 14-point lead, and Chris Ault, Colin Kaepernick, and the Wolfpack have to feel real good on the road at BYU, going to the locker room leading 24-10. Let's check in with Sammy.
Coach, some gutsy play calling has you up by 14. How closely has this first half gone to the script you had?
Well, we're staying with our script pretty good. That last football that they did a nice job defensively, stuffed us. I mean, that can't happen when you do it. You know, and our defense, they toughened up. They played some great gold zone football.
You've certainly had some sustained drives. BYU has had a tough time getting in a rhythm. What do you tell your guys second half to keep that going?
Well, we've got to continue. You know, our offense, we're messing up a couple times in our front. We got to get that straightened up. Defense has got to play better, lay off the big plays.
Bottom line, you guys are handling this crowd well, too.
Well, that's not going to affect us. You know, we just got to play our game and focus on what we do.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Thank you, Sammy. The Sideline Report was brought to you by Les Olson Company, over 50 years in the document business and now providing sharp copiers and HP printers. Our halftime score at Lavelle Edwards Stadium. Nevada leads BYU 24-10. Time now to throw it to our studios in Denver for Ram Halftime Live. Guys, take it away. Mountain College Football is brought to you by RE/MAX, the sign you want, the agent you need. By Steel, find the full line of dependable Steel outdoor power equipment. See your local servicing Steel dealer or visit steeldealers.com. And by ExoSkins, custom fit protection for your electronic devices. Get yours today at exoskins.com. Well, welcome back to Provo. It's been a gorgeous day, but a better day so far for the road team, the Nevada Wolfpack, leading BYU 24-10. And we came and we'd seen film on Nevada, and we thought, boy, this is a really explosive offense. I think what we found out is that they're real good up front, and this is really a ball control offense.
Oh, it is, and it's always been run-based with Chris Salton, and they have been methodical in everything that they've done. They've been efficient, and you're right, up front is where it starts, and I think that Nevada does not get enough credit for how good they are. The Union, that offensive line group, has done a tremendous job in this first half, as they have all season long.
Now, for BYU, with the freshman quarterback trailing by 2 touchdowns, what do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, they still have to give him easy throws, but they need to get some type of a rhythm. They weren't able to establish the run game. They need to run the football and then play action pass with them so you can get something going. All
right, let's see how good Blaine was before the game as we review the Ram keys to the game, brought to you by Ram, award-winning Ram trucks, plus a new heavy-duty, make it one of the most powerful lineups in Ram history.
Well, ball control, Nevada, Chris Salton told us that to begin, and they did a terrific job. They dominated the time of possession, and they said no turnovers. Well, they turned the ball over once, and it led to a BYU touchdown. Didn't hurt them too badly, but BYU's in this game because of it. Field position, average start for BYU, their own 40. Their cover teams have been good, and third down efficiency, well, Nevada's 4 of 7, BYU just 2 of 7. They have not hit the mark on that one.
Well, the Sideline Report coming up is brought to you by Les Olson Company, over 50 years in the document business and now providing sharp copiers and HP printers. Sammy with Bronco Mendenhall.
Well, he was really focused on those critical 3rd and 4th downs. He felt like there should have been many more stops. He said, no doubt, this team is phenomenal. This quarterback is phenomenal, but we are missing assignments. So a lot of focus there. And then he said, offensively, J.J. DeLuigi is doing a terrific job. The other cast of characters have got to also do their jobs. They're splitting it up. They're going to do some passing, some running, but he just thinks it's time to get some of those balls connected, and they'll just keep going. As far as Riley Stevenson, he said, the punter, of course, we're talking about, he said he will play. And you know how much he cares about special teams making the difference in a game, particularly here where they've got to get some short fields.
Thank you very much, Sammy. Second half just about to begin, and there you see the outstanding BYU head coach, Bronco Mendenhall.
And Ari, Sammy mentions that Bronco Mendenhall talked about assignments, and you don't think of Nevada as an Air Force-like team, but they run a similar offense in that it's an option offense. And if one guy breaks down defensively, they hurt you. And Nevada does that consistently. They'll attack you where the guy's not assignment sound.
Drake to kick it off for Nevada. Jacobson and DeLuigi deep for BYU. It'll be Jacobson, about 1 yard deep in the end zone. Trying to get to the outside, across the 20. Across the 30, hurdles a defender and brought down at the 38-yard line. A nice return there by McKay Jacobson.
Well, Ari, if there's been a bright spot for BYU in this game, it's been their special teams play. Their cover teams have been good, and boy, Bronco Mendenhall's taken a lot of pride in the special teams this year. Has headed that group up, and you see Jake Heap's numbers for the first half: 9 of 18, 84 yards. It just never seemed to be a comfortable rhythm for BYU in that first half.
An injured BYU player on the field. Tell you, the way they've done things on special teams with Bronco getting so intimately involved, it's a shame Bronco doesn't have more time. He can go to all the meetings with all the position groups because they have really been terrific in special teams today. So they find themselves trailing by 2 touchdowns on the scoreboard. DeLuigi, such a critical component to this team. He leads the team in rushing and receiving. Hopefully he's able to just walk this off.
Bronco mentioned to us that he kind of coordinates all the special teams. That's been an area of focus for him this year. He coordinates all of the special teams through his coaching staff and their meetings, and then he's actually responsible for the cover team. And that cover team and kick coverage has been very good today.
1st and 10 Cougars. Quezada gets his first carry of the game, and a gain of 2 yards on 1st down. Gives them a little bit different look. Freshman from California. Just his 2nd carry of the season. Kevin Grimes with the tackle for Nevada. Again, they keep it on the ground. It's Korea this time.
For BYU, I'm certain that they want to be able to establish this run game a little bit here in the second half, Ari. It takes pressure off a young quarterback. If you can effectively run the football, then play action and throws in early downs are easier.
Heaps on 3rd down, completes it. Quezada picks up a Cougar 1st down. 9 yards on the play.
A nice easy throw, just a delay angle route where the running back comes out, starts to the outside, and delay angles back to the middle.
See more in the 2nd quarter, and now we're seeing it again here at the start of the 3rd quarter. They're finding plays that work well for Jake Heaps. And there, that ball's right on target to Hafuka, but Hafuka cannot hold on to the football. That's certainly maybe the only thing you could put on Heaps that time is he really threw that like a laser. Got such great arm strength.
Well, and that's a ball that you have to come up with. A slant route, you know you're going to get hit, the corner's going to close, the ball comes with a lot of velocity right on target.
2nd and 10. Just a little bit more than a minute gone by in the 3rd quarter. Mountain West taking on the WAC. Blitz is coming. And Heaps does the smart thing, and he just gets rid of it. Takes a pretty good lick as well, but no flag on the play. Brett Roy was bringing pressure for Nevada. Now brings up 3rd and 10.
And I think he was expecting that time to get McKay Jacobson on a go route on the outside, just a vertical route. McKay Jacobson came on a slant.
BYU in today's game, 3 for 8 on 3rd down. This is a big one here. They want to get some momentum in the 3rd quarter. Again, they come with the blitz. Man-to-man coverage and too much on the throw. Luke Ashworth had a couple of steps on the defender. More accurate throw, and that's a touchdown.
And that's exactly what you want. You see blitz coverage, and you know you've got one-on-one on the outside. Luke Ashworth does a good job of getting some width and being open. And the ball just had too much on it to make that completion. The right read, the right route, just not the right throw on that one.
Stevenson back out there to punt. If you were with us in the 1st half, they substituted for him on one punt opportunity. It did not go well with the backup punter. And now Riley back out there. Back deep is Rashard Matthews for Nevada. And Stevenson booms this one. It's going to go deep into the end zone.
45-yard punt.
So not a great net on that punt. He showed off the leg strength, but Nevada will have decent field position. 1st and 10 at their own 20. We'll get another look at Colin Kaepernick in this Wolfpack offense. We showed you the numbers right before the end of the half in terms of where they've been through 3 games averaging and now what they've done so far today, and well on pace to be right where they've been through 3 games, and that's averaging 50 points per game. Terrific numbers there for Kaepernick, 12 of 16 for 166 yards and a touchdown. And also 66 yards on the ground and a touchdown. 1st and 10 Wolfpack. Tawa tries to cut it back. Shane Hunter and company bring him down after a gain of a couple.
Now we've been told that Romney Funga, who was injured that knee in the 1st half, his jersey will be worn in the 2nd half, obviously out of tribute from his buddy. And as Vic Soto, who is normally number 37, will be wearing Romney Funga's number here in the 2nd half.
Certainly a touching tribute, but also I think it makes you even more concerned about the overall health of Funga. Catch is made by Matthews, but a nice tackle there on the outside. That's Brian Logan, who did not start today. He's battling a shoulder injury, but a nice tackle there, setting up 3rd down. Logan, not a big guy, just 5 feet 6 inches tall and 185 pounds, out of Fremont, California. 3rd and 2. Wimberly in motion. Tawa has the 1st down for the Wolfpack. Jordan Pendleton with the tackle for BYU. Tawa had a terrific first half, running for 75 yards and a touchdown. 1st and 10 line is brought to you by Remax, the sign you want, the agent you need. Kaepernick on the keeper, just waiting on a block from Wimberly. And he gets basically just back to the line of scrimmage. But, you know, we talk so much about the wide receivers needing to block, and he was waiting for the wide receiver to set up the block, but that time Wimberly couldn't get it done.
Well, and when we talked to Jaime Hill, the defensive coordinator for BYU, he talked about how important it is to get off of blocks, and that Nevada does a great job of getting a body on everybody on that defense. You know, Air Force sometimes will leave a guy unblocked and they'll option him off of him. Nevada a lot blocks everyone. That time Jordan Pendleton did a terrific job of getting off the block and getting to the quarterback.
2nd and 10. Kaepernick all day to throw, and now he's going to scramble. And he's got enough speed to break the tackle, pick up the 1st down and more, but a late flag comes in. The flag thrown at the 35-yard line, and it was behind the play at that point. Initially a gain of 13 yards, even though he covered about 33 yards on the play.
Look out. Personal foul, tripping, offense, number 62. 15 yards from the spot of the foul. Replay, 2nd down.
Goes against John Bender.
Well, and tripping is a major penalty because it's a 15-yarder, and there's a chance on that play to see just the escapability of Kaepernick. You think you've got a good angle on him, and he just strides out and runs away.
Guy runs like a gazelle. He's just got those long limbs. Following the 15-yard penalty, 2nd and extremely long for the Wolfpack. Kaepernick looking downfield, and Wimberly cannot make the catch. Andrew Rich in coverage for the Cougars.
Boy, that was just a fantastic break on the football and a good read of the quarterback. And Andrew Rich playing free safety, reading the quarterback. Here he is right in the middle of the field. He's going to see his eyes, make the break, sees the receiver come in and arrives just as the football arrives, forcing the contact, and the ball comes out. Perfectly played by a free safety.
And a savvy play not to get there too soon. You know, he held himself there for a moment and just met the receiver when the ball got there. Great play from Andrew Rich. 3rd down, 23 yards to go. And they keep it on the ground with Tawa. And so the BYU defense comes up with a stop. And really, with the 15-yard penalty on Bender, which really set the Wolfpack in a tough situation. And they will be forced to punt. And another opportunity coming up here for BYU to make a play.
Now, we talked about that in the first half. It seems like the only team that can stop Nevada offensively is the Nevada team. And again, when a drive short circuits, it's because of a penalty.
McKay Jacobson, one of 2 guys back, hoping for a chance at a return. The punt from Langley. Pretty good punt. It'll be Jacobson from his own 19. Breaks 1 tackle and then forced out of bounds at the 26-yard line by Kevin Grimes. We take a break. 9 minutes, 47 seconds to go in the third quarter. See if BYU can start the comeback when we return. Wolfpack lead by 14 points. 9 minutes, 47 seconds to go in the third quarter. The protection of the game is brought to you by Exo Skins.
Boy, this time we get to see the protection in the back end of the defense. Your free safety's got to protect that back end, and he did a great job of reading the quarterback's eyes. He breaks on the football and knocks it out that time. A tremendous job by Andrew Rich.
Providing protective skins for all of your electronic devices. Get yours protected today at exoskins.com. Well, that guy, all-conference a year ago and well on his way to returning to first team all-conference in the Mountain West. All right, so Jake Heaps going to hand the ball off. Quezada gets across the 30, and then Dante Moak with the tackle at the 34-yard line. A good pickup of 7 yards on first down. Let's check in with Sammy.
JJ DeLuigi has been on the sideline, cycling, running up and down. He's got a quad contusion. He's trying to make the best of. He's back on the bike now. We will see if he returns.
Thank you, Sammy. Jacobson in motion. Heaps, the throw on target. Jacobson the catch. More than enough for a Cougar first down.
Jacobson, you would think, would develop into a go-to guy. He's the guy that can really spread the defense. You've got to respect his deep speed, so when he comes off the line of scrimmage, you give him a little cushion. He does that little stop route or curl route, and he's able to put the ball on him.
Well, you talk about that speed. I mean, in his career, averages 24 yards per catch, fourth best in the country. They've tried to get the ball to him deep down the field. Quezada able to bounce it to the outside. I like how he drives forward and finishes the run strong. And again, it's a second first down where they pick up 7 yards on first down and sets up an easy second down.
Well, and good vision this time by Josh Quezada, and he had a very good fall camp, just a youngster, a freshman, very young football team for Bronco Mendenhall, but they love this guy's skill set at running back.
Today's replays are brought to you by America First Credit Union, where members come first. 2nd and 3. Keeps, gets it to Jacobson in some space inside the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 37. Doyle Miller forced Jacobson out of bounds.
It's a crossing route this time, coming underneath the coverage across the field, started on the right-hand side and worked his way to the left. And we said he would become a go-to guy eventually for Jake Heaps. Well, it's happening in this ball game.
DeLuigi back in the game. That's great news as he picks up 5 yards on the play. They're doing a much better job of picking up chunks of yards on the ground on first down.
Well, and it's so important when you have a young quarterback, you want to put him in short yardage situations on 2nd and 3rd down and not have him out there with 3rd and 11s like they did in that first half. Get ahead of the downs, get ahead of the sticks, and it makes it easy on your quarterback because the defense has to guess now.
Heaps now 12 of 24 for 117 yards. He's been very effective on this drive on 2nd down and short. Heaps looking, throws, completes it. This one will not pick up the first down, but it'll be 3rd and just 2 yards to go. DeLuigi makes the catch, and he's tackled by Kevin Grimes.
BYU brings their heavy set in, and you see Nevada respond immediately, and they send their bigger group out defensively to defend that big set.
Correa, and they gash him right up the middle of the field. Taking advantage of that size. They got a great push there, Blaine, and another first down.
And this is a big physical group up front for BYU, and this is what we wondered if they would be able to do in this football game, and that's knock Nevada off the football, and they did a great job that time.
And Matt Reynolds, who was hurt in the first half, you can see there on the replay, number 70 back in the game, their starting left tackle. 8th play of the drive here for the Cougars. And the play clock running down, and BYU is forced to use a timeout. We will take a timeout with them.
Timeout.
BYU on the move right now, trying to make this a one-score game. Third quarter, 6 minutes, 12 seconds to go. Nevada leads by 2 touchdowns, but BYU on the move. Hey, Mountain West fans, your college football action is live on Versus. Next Saturday at 2 Eastern, noon Mountain, familiar foes meet again as Navy visits Air Force. Then, Saturday, October 16th at 3:30 Eastern, 1:30 Mountain, it's the Cougars and Horned Frogs as BYU takes on TCU. Versus, we know the Mountain West. 2 great matchups.
Boy, if you've never been part of a Navy Air Force game, that is fun. I've had the privilege of calling a couple of those. It is an unbelievable environment.
1st and 10. Heaps steps away from trouble, completes it to Correa, but a nice tackle. That's Kevin Grimes. He has been a sure tackler today.
Well, and that was just well played all throughout the defense for Nevada. Every option was covered, and even though Jake Heaps bought additional time, there wasn't a man left uncovered.
Heaps quickly out to the wide receiver who makes the catch. Doyle Miller with the tackle. BJ Peterson with the catch. No huddle offense here. 3rd down. Play action, Heaps. And it's behind Correa. Correa was in position to make a big play there. So what do you do now? 4th down.
They're gonna go for it here. Bronco Mendenhall immediately sent Jake Heaps out, and on this one, he's got Correa wide open and just not able to get the ball out in front of him on that one.
That's 2 times he struggled moving to his right. Yep. 4th down. Keep it on the ground with Correa, and he's battling and reaches it, but he will not get the 1st down. They decide to try to pick it up on the ground there. And maybe that's partially due to the fact that you've got a true freshman starting at quarterback. So it was a good drive, but they come away with 0 points. And now the Nevada offense comes back on the field. But on the positive side of things, Jake Heaps on that drive, 5 of 6 for 33 yards. It's the one that he missed, could have been the touchdown, though.
Yeah, that was absolutely a 1st down and potentially a touchdown.
Colin Kaepernick and the Wolfpack, their only drive here in the quarter. They stubbed their toe with a 15-yard penalty and could not have a sustained drive. Hightower is the tailback. And he's across the 20 as he nears the century mark on the day. Andrew Rich, another tackle for BYU.
And Vitala just quietly gets it done, Ari. He's one of the most underrated backs in the country. You think about what he's done the last couple years, but he hits the hole so hard when he is going downhill. He gets those pads down and attacks that line of scrimmage. He's quietly going for another 100-yard game today.
Runs into a blocker. Gets up to the 28-yard line. And now if you're Nevada, I know we're only in the 3rd quarter, but why be in any kind of a hurry when you pick up 1st downs? Might as well start to use the play clock. I mean, if their whole deal is they want to be a ball-controlled team. And Tawa now over 100 yards on the day. Great numbers, 20 carries, 104 yards, and a touchdown. That's just solid. It's Tawa again. Why not just keep feeding the senior? Picks up 7 yards on 1st down.
Well, he's so strong. He's got great work ethic, so he works hard in the weight room and all that, and he's so low to the ground. He's 5'10", 220 pounds, and he has a great understanding of how to get underneath the guys that are tackling him.
So the play clock right now at 20. Curious to see how much time they'll let come off the clock. They seem like they are in no particular hurry right now. Well, they let it get under 10 seconds. Keep it on the ground. This time it's Randall. And he falls forward and has another Nevada 1st down.
And Randall he's their short yardage specialist. He's at his best when it's 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1. They like to give it to him because he's very physical and will run it and usually fall forward.
That's such a key thing that I think sometimes fans don't pay enough attention to, is how you fall. Whether you fall backwards, to the side, or forward. You fall forward, if your body's long enough, you're going to pick up an extra 2 yards every time.
Makes the difference in a lot of first downs.
1st and 10. Again, they'll let the play clock wind down. Now it's under 5 seconds. Give it to the receiver on the outside, Shepard, who comes around on the reverse.
Remember, those scoring drives in the first half were all between 4.5 and 5.5 minutes, methodical, move it down the field. And if this goes the way Chris Salt would like it to go, they'll take up this entire quarter and go down and score, using up all the time left in the third quarter.
2nd and 3. The carry for Shepard, his first of the season. And again, they're going to take plenty of time off the clock. Kaepernick on the keeper. Nice job defensively from the Cougars. So Otto, who's wearing Cougar's number, along with Andrew Rich. Andrew Rich is just all over the field. I mean, the guy last year was just outstanding. He led the conference in tackles. This year he leads the conference in tackles. Third down and short. They bring Randall into the game, along with Tower. Wolfpack 5 of 9 on 3rd down. They just get the playoff, and Tower has the first down. Inside Cougar territory at the 48-yard line. Another tackle by Andrew Rich, and for more on Mr. Rich, let's check in with Sammy.
How about Andrew Rich? He came out of that Florida State game pretty beat up, and then he had the flu all week. He was throwing up as late as Thursday. I don't see a sign of that today.
He's a gamer. 1st and 10, Wolfpack. Just taking time off the clock. It's Tower. Not much on 1st down.
There's only a few guys on BYU's defense that Jaime Hill will allow not to practice all week and still play. And Andrew Rich is one of the guys that has earned that right, that if he's right come game day, he's out on the field. 22's out on the field.
Saw a moment ago, Matt Putnam made the tackle there. Junior from right here in Utah. So much composure from this Wolfpack team offensively. I mean, it never seems that they get out of sync in terms of getting the play call in. Kaepernick will throw. He spins a nice ball out there to Matthews. Going to set up 3rd and short. Logan forces him out of bounds. But Rashard Matthews has had a pretty nice day. And he came in, tied for the team lead in receptions with 12. 2nd on the team in yards with 211.
Chris Salt told us that this receiving core on the outside especially has got more speed than he's had in a long time. So it's a group that can stretch the field a little bit, and a nice luxury to have when you're in a run game like Nevada likes to run, to have great speed on the outside.
And Matthews on the day, 3 catches for 28 yards. Play clock and game clock are almost identical. Oh, they're going to pitch it this time. And it's Randall, and he dives to the 39. I don't think he has the first down. I think he's about a half yard, well, almost a full yard shy. And we will take a break, and
Into the third
Coach
quarter.
Chris Ault has gone for it on 4th down a lot so far. Will he do it again? We find out when we come back for the start of the 4th quarter. Visit GreatClips.com or call 1-800-GREAT-CLIPS for a salon near you. Great Clips, relax. You're at Great Clips. Start of the 4th quarter. Nevada leads BYU 24-10. They have a 4th down and 1 to go at the BYU 39-yard line. They are 2 for 3 on 4th down so far today. 11th play of the drive. They've already taken 5 minutes and 20 seconds off the clock. They go for it with Randall. He's got the first down. Not by much, but he gets the first down, and the drive continues.
unlike at the end of the first half, Ari, that was a better situation to go. They're in Cougar territory, inside the 40-yard line, not that risky. BYU has not been able to finish a drive, and complete drives very well today. So that was not a high-risk fourth down. We'll try on that one.
1st and 10 for Nevada. Looking to stay perfect on the season. They are 3-0. They were ranked 27th this week. Certainly if they could finish off the Cougars, they will jump into the top 25. Keep it on the ground with Tawa. Good stiff arm. And picks up 4 yards on 1st down. Now, everybody in the WAC is talking about Boise State. They have a tough matchup tonight at home against Oregon State. But, if Nevada wins this game, a lot more people are going to suddenly look at that game way further in the year, November 26th, because Nevada gets Boise State at their place. They get them at home in Reno, and that could be a heck of a football game. I know it's a long ways off, but if Nevada wins today, people are going to start talking about that matchup. 2nd now, Kaepernick keeps it, and he'll set up 3rd and short.
In the preseason meetings, though, for the WAC, Nevada voted 2nd in the conference, so everybody knew they were going to be good, but I think everybody just assumed, well, it's Boise State, and then Nevada. That's one notch. Nevada, Fresno, kind of right below that, and then everybody else. But Nevada is creeping up into that. Hey, can they challenge Boise State? Offensively, certainly they can move the football on anybody, I think.
3rd and 2. Wolfpack 6 of 11 on 3rd down. Tawa falls forward, has enough for the 1st down. 3rd quarter stats are brought to you by Simply Mac. Visit a Simply Mac retail store for all of your Apple computer sales and warranty repairs. Simply Mac, your local Apple specialist.
Boy, right on schedule for Nevada. 204 rushing yards and 380 yards of total yards tells it all. Just 200 total yards for BYU through 3 quarters.
1st and 10 for Nevada. Lamford Mark in the game now at tailback. Fastest guy offensively on the team, because nobody's faster than their defensive end. Kaepernick checks it down. And the running back out of the backfield. That is Courtney Randall. Gain of 7 on the play. Zach Stout forced him out of bounds. And these kind of drives, I mean, they just take the spirit out of the home team and the home fans. I mean, you can't get excited for BYU if Nevada has the ball the whole time.
Oh, they're just, it is methodical, it's effective, it's efficient. And you look at that last play, there were guys downfield, not anybody open, and Kaepernick, he takes the easy throw, and they only get 6 yards, but heck, 6 yards on 1st down is a great play.
Kaepernick to throw, and that's incomplete. He's looking for Trey Session. Third down. There you see the conversion, 7 for 12. Shockingly, that's not even as good as their season average coming in. 68% on the season, #1 in the country. It's a big one here for BYU. They got to come up with a stop. And Kaepernick on the keeper. And this is very close. I think he's got the 1st down. Andrew Rich, another tackle. We're situated right on the 50, so we don't have a great angle. They may have to measure. Yeah, in fact, they will measure. So Blaine, while we have a moment, what are your thoughts overall on Nevada and them coming into the Mountain West? I mean, it seems like it's just going to be a great fit, and this is a program that's truly on the rise.
Well, and not only are they very good in football, Chris Salter's really taken them to new heights in football. Very competitive. They'll come in and compete there, but they've got a great tradition in basketball as well, and I think it's a very nice fit for the conference.
1st and 10. I'll let the play clock wind down. It's still 15 seconds on it. Kaepernick looking for the end zone, and he overthrows the intended target, Rashard Matthews.
That was a high fastball that got away that time.
All right, New York Life has joined up with us, and we've got double coverage. We're going to look at the quarterback and the protection.
Well, on this one, little hitch and go, and you've got to have great protection if you're going to do that. These guys up front for Nevada are very impressive. They've done a great job all afternoon.
New York Life can help you cover your basic expenses in retirement. To learn more, contact a New York Life agent. 2nd and 10. Tawa gets to about the 12-yard line.
Was that Andrew Rich again, Ari, on that tackle? Because
he's got to have double-digit tackles at this point. Do you know how many tackles Andrew Rich has?
they're gonna have to go back and recount too, because it seems like he's been on every tackle.
Double digits. I'm a little late to that. He's got 14 tackles already.
Wow. He'll have a full body contusion again.
Yes, he will.
Next week.
3rd and 6. 17 plays on this drive. Hold everything. Timeout, BYU.
A lot of confusion that time on the defense. Andrew Rich trying to get his guys set, and Bronco Mendenhall came down and called timeout to get it squared away.
Nevada controlling the clock and controlling the game, and now let's go to Denver and check in at the studio.
Thanks so much, Ari. Chilling in the studio with the OC, the original Cowboy, Coach Joe Glenn. And, Coach, let's get the fans up to date on a pair of teams from the Mountain West who are in action right now. Look at the scoreboard right quick. Utah State's up 14, or San Diego State, excuse me, up 14-0 over Utah State. They have 2 rushing touchdowns, one by KZ, one by Lindley. And Utah only 7-3 in the first quarter over San Jose State. Jordan Wynn gets the start for Utah, his first since the Pitt game, but 1 carry for a touchdown from Reggie Dunn, 43 yards. How impressed have you been with San Diego State this season, what they've been able to
I think
accomplish?
they've got it coming. There's no doubt their head coach has been down the street before. The coordinators, I go back with Borges a long ways, and with Rocky Long, one of my favorite all-timers. So there's no doubt San Diego State's going to be there. It's just going to take matter, and maybe this is the year. They got a young running back, Hillman, going off, and Lindley, the quarterback, Vincent Brown, I believe. So look for San Diego State to make a big stride this year.
And real quick, Utah, they've always been one of those teams that have been powerful.
No doubt. And Kyle Whittingham's one of the better coaches in the league. He's proved it time and again. And they seem to have depth all over the place.
All right, well, that'll do it for us. We'll see you when the clock's at 0 for post-game live. Until then, enjoy. That's the Coach Joe Glenn. I'm Marius Payton. Ari and Blaine, back to you guys out there in Provo.
Thank you, Marius. Well, how about this drive, Blaine? 19 plays, 75 yards, 8 minutes and 40 seconds.
Well, I said they'd take it to the end of the third quarter, and they did that and then some. And they're just working it to perfection. There are teams that are good when they're out in front. Teams that can control the football like this, it's just hard to catch them. And this has been a perfect drive.
Huge play here for the BYU defense. 3rd and 6. Kaepernick scrambling, in trouble, and he'll throw and get rid of it. Wow, the strength to get away from those big boys chasing you down so you don't take the 15 or 20-yard loss.
Well, and where he was being corralled at the 30-yard line, that's borderline out of field goal range. That'd be a long, long field goal at that point. So a heads-up play to get free and then to throw it out of bounds, because now you got a very makeable field goal, and that would have been when way back there.
Well, the field goal at the end of the half came off the leg of Ricky Drake. This time it'll be Anthony Martinez on the season. He is 4 for 4, long of 33. This one's from 29 yards to make it a 3-score lead. Kick is on the way, and it is good. So Nevada, what a drive What a drive. Just 11:27 to go in the game, and Nevada leads 27-10. We'll be right back to Provo. Mountain College football is brought to you by Dodge. Live life to the fullest. Dodge. Grab life. By Jeep, the most award-winning brand of 4x4s ever. Check out the entire lineup at Jeep.com. By Simply Mac, visit a Simply Mac retail store for all of your Apple computer sales and warranty repairs. Simply Mac, your local Apple specialist. And by America First Credit Union, where members come first. Sun setting in beautiful Provo, and still some time left for the Cougars. Down by 17 points, 11:27 to go in the fourth quarter. Well, give BYU credit. They're the first team this season that in a quarter kept Nevada from scoring a touchdown. They did not score any points in the third quarter today. It's the first time that's happened in Nevada all season. Jacobson will bring it out. And first out of bounds at the 23-yard line. For BYU, this is a big moment because they have yet to score a point in the fourth quarter of any of their three previous games. If they're going to make a comeback, they're going to have to change the way they've executed in the fourth quarter. Let's take a look at the drive summary, which is brought to you by Jeep, the most award-winning brand of 4x4s ever. Jeep, check out the entire lineup at Jeep.com. And how about the 21 plays or the 853? Which is more impressive?
It seems like they had the ball, they got it last game, and they just kept it until just now. That was an unbelievable drive, and even though they only got 3, that did what they wanted it to do. They just shortened this game when they had the lead.
DeLuigi, that's a nice catch. Gain of 11 on the play. Heaps has looked really good on those types of throws in the middle of the field where he can just throw those nice little darts into the receivers. He's looked good there. Keep it on the ground. DeLuigi stays on his feet. Gain of 9 yards on the play.
You see DeLuigi's ability to stop and start. I saw a film of him, a recruiting film when he was coming out of high school, and he was an amazing back in high school in California, taking his team to the state championship game. He had a lot of plays just like that one where he made multiple people miss.
Catch is made by Luke Ashworth. Gets into Wolfpack territory. Thaddeus Brown with the tackle. Backup corner from Pasadena, California. Blitz is coming. Heaps got man-to-man coverage looking for Ashworth, and he dropped it. A flag's coming in. But Ashworth, I can tell, is disgusted. He immediately went for his own chin strap because he should have caught that football.
Well, that ball had beautiful touch on it, Ari. It was just dropped right in where it needed to be, and that's a catch that Ashworth needs to make. And they'll get the interference call, but you get 15 yards out of that. It should have been a 40-yard ball.
Pass interference. Defense, number 22. 15 yards from the previous spot. First down.
One thing I got to give them credit, they were committed to going deep because they believe that Heaps throws a nice deep ball, and we've seen it for ourselves with our own eyes today. He does have nice touch on that deep ball. The way that ball comes in right into your breadbasket. Ashworth not able to make the catch, but BYU gets the first down nevertheless. 1st and 10. Heaps again going deep. Runs into the defensive back, and it'll be pass interference. There is also a flag all the way back at the 42-yard line, so we may have offsetting penalties.
And Nevada, at the beginning of that play, they had 10 players within 2 yards of the line of scrimmage, right across the line of scrimmage. Their safety was 8 yards off the ball. You have to throw it over the top on that. They're saying we double dog dare you to try to throw it over the top of us, and if you don't, you're going to run right into the teeth of a 10-man front.
Holding. Offense, number 75. Pass interference. Defense, number 6. Penalties were offset. Replay first down.
We will redo 1st and 10. Brown can't believe it. He wants an explanation. There you see Doyle Miller. He's a pretty good defensive back. Gets himself into positions, got good quickness. DeLuigi, good blocking in front of him. And finally tackled close to a first down, gain of 9 on the play.
Well, he just seems to hop here, hop there. He's just bouncing around all over the place. He's hard to get a solid shot on, and that time BYU with a very good surge up front. Big boys coming off and creating a nice seam. And look at Matt Reynolds working downfield.
DeLuigi, 14 carries for 64 yards and a touchdown. Heaps to throw. And he completes it. Guess who? DeLuigi again. And he won the flag. He might have been out of bounds when he got hit in the back of the legs. There's no call. Boughton forced him out of bounds. Backup linebacker from Fresno, California. Nice looking drive for the Cougars. Time, though, is not on their side. They have to be efficient. Setting up the screen. Quezada. Nice play there. Isaiah Fry, the corner, came up to make the tackle.
And if you run a screen, you've got to be able to get the corner. And Isaiah Fry did a great job. He was the only one that could have stopped that play, and he slid underneath the block and came up and made the play. If he doesn't make that play, that may be touchdown right there.
Second and 7. Heaps looking for Hoffman. Didn't give his receiver a chance to catch it inbounds. Out of all the great quarterbacks that have played at BYU, and there have been a lot of them, who does Jake remind you the most of?
He's kind of got the arm that Jim McMahon had. Jim McMahon had a real live arm. People forget how good he was at throwing the football, because when he went to the Bears, he did a lot of tossing the ball to Sweetness, to Walter Payton, but his arm reminds me a little bit of Jim McMahon.
Little different character, though. They would describe Jake as an all-American boy. I don't think Jim McMahon would get that same description as DeLuigi. Working hard there on that third down play. Kind of a curious play call, but I guess they know they're going to go for it anyway on fourth down, so sets up 4th and short. Maybe not. They are going to attempt a field goal. Mitch Payne, who's had an outstanding career, 71% field goal kicker. It's a 29-yard attempt. Good snap, good hold. Kick is on the way, right down the middle. We're back to a 2-score game with 7 minutes and 46 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. So BYU responds. They move it down the field. They pick up 3 points, but Nevada still in control. 7 minutes, 46 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Wolfpack lead the Cougars 27-13. And let's go back to our double coverage, which is brought to you by New York Life Insurance Company.
Well, we're going to give you a Colin Kaepernick on the one side on the left, and Andrew Rich defending on the right, keeping track of where Kaepernick is. This is a third down play where Colin ran all over the place. And you see, Andrew Rich, you got to keep track of the quarterback, but you can't lose track of your man. He did a good job there.
New York Life has the highest possible ratings for financial strength. Learn more at NewYorkLife.com. Well, Bronco Mendenhall elected to go for 3 there, believing his team's going to need 3 scores anyway, and there's still 7:46 to go in the game, and he's now going to put the pressure on his defense. Any chance for an onside kick here?
No, I think it's too early at this point.
Good strong boot. There'll be no return on this. Wolfpack will take it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. This copyrighted telecast of the Mountain West Conference is intended solely for the entertainment of our audience, and any retransmission, reproduction, rebroadcast, or other use or dissemination of this telecast, or the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Mountain West Conference is prohibited. Clearly somebody who has a background as an attorney wrote that disclaimer. There's a lot of big words in there.
You spoke them well.
Thank you. Thank you.
You've had practice.
I have had practice on the disclaimer over the years. That's true. I have not changed the wording much over the years.
Well, this is a huge series for BYU defensively, and Nevada was stellar in their last drive. They wanted to shorten the game. They keep the ball for over 8 minutes and 21 plays and get 3 points out of it. And they will work the clock on this. You watch that 25-second clock and then the game clock. Once it gets to the rolling game clock, they'll use every second.
They give it to the tight end on a running play. Virgil Green. Not a play you see run very often.
And Virgil Green is a guy, you and I went down, we were looking at this this Nevada team down on the field before the game. And, well, he's an impressive looking specimen, and he's been a very, very good tight end. They love his athleticism and his strength, but he's been quiet today. He's been a big part of what they do, but he's been very quiet in this one. Haven't needed him in this one.
That's true. 2nd and 7. Well, you see the play clock on your screen. It's now just 10, and they'll be in no particular hurry. Kaepernick, that's the scramble. Doesn't get very far. Sideline Report is brought to you by Les Olson Company, over 50 years in the document business and now providing sharp copiers and HP printers. Let's check in with Sammy.
Hard to believe Nevada was the only Division I school to offer Colin Kaepernick a scholarship. He was a baseball kid who could throw a 90-mile-an-hour fastball in high school. People thought he was going to go baseball route. He said, nope, I'm a football guy. As recently as last summer, the Chicago Cubs came calling, wanted to draft him, but he said, you know, all my guys will be in Reno training all summer. If I go play baseball, what kind of leadership does that show? So he said, thanks, but no thanks.
And Chris Alt and all of his teammates certainly appreciate the fact that Colin decided to come back and play some more football and focus on football all summer long and then getting the team ready for the fall. They use one of their timeouts with 6 minutes and 16 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. Just their first timeout. They have 2 remaining. BYU down to 1 timeout. The man of the game is brought to you by Steel. To find the full line of dependable Steel outdoor power equipment, see your local servicing Steel dealer or visit steeldealers.com. Well, who do you think is going to win this today, Blaine?
Who's going to win it every week that Nevada plays? He's just such a focal point for everything they do offensively, and they're so effective offensively. Of course, Colin Kaepernick, and people are finally starting to talk about him as a Heisman Trophy candidate. A surprising start for Nevada. If they can hold on here to go 4-0, and he's going to start to get some national exposure. It's going to grow as the year goes on if he keeps having performances like this one.
He's a special talent.
Well, you go stand next to him. You and I are standing down on the field next to him before this game. He is a physical specimen.
He certainly is.
He's all of that 6'6" and extremely lean.
I'd like to see him post you up and paint dunk.
Oh, he'd dunk on my head easy.
Yeah, I'd like that. 3rd and 7. Blitz is coming. Beautiful throw and catch. It's Matthews. Rashard Matthews ran a good route. Ball was on time, and another first down for Nevada. Brian Logan with the tackle, gain of 14.
And this is where Colin Kaepernick has shown the most improvement. Straight drop, setting his feet, throwing that curl route. That thing was perfectly thrown in the right spot on a line, and with great mechanics, good feet and good delivery. And 2 years ago, you wouldn't say that about Colin Kaepernick. He was a little low with his delivery and a little erratic, but it is very good right now.
On the ground, it's Tawa up to the 42-yard line, and the clock continues to tick. And again, Vitale is probably not going to be in the lead paragraph of the story of this game, but just 27 carries for 130 yards and a touchdown.
He just keeps getting it done, and he's not flashy. He doesn't have a bunch of 80-yard runs. He's just downhill and just works it. And he's a big part of them being able to have 21-play, 8-minute drives.
Ooh, fumble. Kaepernick was in a battle with a couple of guys to recover the football. It's going to remain Nevada football. That could have been a game changer right there. I mean, Two-score game, they would have had it at the 40-yard line.
And when you're making reads, and Colin Kaepernick has the ability to either give that or pull it back out. A little indecision that time. He was going to pull it back out, saw a defender, and then thought, oh, maybe I'll just let him have it, but it was too late.
Today's replays are brought to you by America First Credit Union, where members come first. Third down, 5 yards to go. On the day, they're 9 of 15 on third down. Blitz is coming, and that ball is picked off. So Oto, wearing Fuga's number, makes the interception. And suddenly BYU's got a chance here. 4:22 on the clock, down by 14. That's the first interception of the season for Colin Kaepernick.
Well, and there's no way he could have seen Vic Soto to make this throw. That's just one of those where he's thinking he's got his guy right there. He looks over, and as that ball's coming out of his hands, he's going, oh no. I've been there before. As it's just leaving your fingertips, everything happens in slow motion from that, and you want a string on the ball to get it back.
Now, no string on it that time. And so BYU a chance to rally here at home. 1st and 10. Heaps. He misses Hoffman, who was open. Jake's going to learn a lot from this because there were some opportunities to make plays, and he's a true freshman, got all the skills. But like you said, there's just an adjustment. But when he watches the film, there's going to be a lot for him to learn from today.
Well, and the timing that he will have with his receivers as they start to implement this passing game as the season goes on will get better each week. Remember, this is the first week he's been the guy and had all of the #1 reps.
Heaps 19 of 34 for 155 yards. That's a good-looking throw. And DeLuigi thrown out of bounds. Dante Moak, he showed some strength there. Now, granted, J.J. DeLuigi's not the biggest guy in the field, but he just discarded him.
You know, we talked about developing this, but Moak has been relatively quiet in this game. The WAC Defensive Player of the Year last year, he actually has run a 4.240 hand time for pro scouts, which is just ridiculous for a defense. That's ridiculous for anyone. That's like Deion Sanders type time.
Blitz is coming. And Jake again doesn't give Hoffman a chance to stay in bounds.
When Huffman is a big target, big long target, and that ball's it's uncatchable. It throws it out of bounds. It's got to be thrown toward that back pylon inbound so the big guy can go up and get it.
Well, if the comeback's going to happen, they got to convert right here. 4th and 5. Blitz is coming. Heaps is in trouble, and he'll go down. Sacked by Brett Roy. And that should seal it for the Wolfpack.
And Nevada this time bringing it. They're going to bring the front and the backers. And Jay Keeps just with nowhere to go with the football. His first option was covered up on the right-hand side. No time to go to #2.
Bye-bye.
The out-of-town scoreboard is brought to you by RE/MAX, the sign you want, the agent you need. TCU a winner on Friday. Air Force gets by Wyoming on the road. Colorado State gets a win over Idaho. San Diego State, look at that, just in the second quarter. Utah State's pretty good. San Diego State up 28-0. Utah now stretching their lead. And tonight, under the lights in Las Vegas, the Lobos and the Rebels. We'll see the Rebels next week. This other team from the state of Nevada, the Wolfpack, will be heading in to take on their arch rivals, the Rebels. We'll have that for you right here on the mountain. Gain of a couple on first down. Got a feeling Bobby Houck and his staff will watch this game, and just like Bronco Mendenhall, they'll be seeing Colin Kaepernick in their sleep.
Well, when we talk to Jaime Hill, when we talk to Bronco Mendenhall, we bring up the name Colin Kaepernick, and they just go, he's really, really good. Yes. I mean, he's just really good.
Play clock only at 10. On the ground. Tawa does the smart thing before he thought about going to the outside. He might have been forced out of bounds. He stays inbounds and lets the clock continue to tick. One thing you got to give BYU credit for, defensively in the second half, they've been outstanding. They've held them to just 3 points.
Much better here in the second
they
half.
Came in averaging over 50 points a game, and that number's going to come way down after this very strong second half defensive performance.
And they gave their offense a couple of short fields. Just an example right there. They gave a short field on that last one and just not able to get points out of it. This is a Nevada offense, Ari. I've seen enough of them now this year with the 3 games that we've seen on tape in this one. They can move the football on anybody.
Kaepernick's going to keep it. So 4th down. Wolfpack will be forced to punt. I don't know. He can't consider to go for it here. No, here comes the punting group. I realize the coach Alt's going for it on 4th down a lot today, but I don't expect it here. Brad Langley, the punter, must be like, our offense has so much confidence, our head coach has so much confidence, I can't get onto the field. Only a couple of punts today.
BYU's got all 11 along the line of scrimmage. And
only the 2nd punt of the day for Langley, and his first one was 56 yards. And they will use the timeout. The play clock was about to expire.
And for BYU, it looks like they're going to say, forget the return. 11 guys are coming after it. Their best opportunity to try to block that thing at this point.
And special teams has been the highlight of the day for them. Today's drive of the game is brought to you by Jiffy Lube. Change, inspect, check, fill, and clean. It's a Jiffy Lube drive to deliver more than an oil change.
Well, and we don't have enough time to show you this whole drive.
That's for
so
sure.
We'll show you a few highlights since it was 21 plays, 75 yards, and took nearly 9 minutes off the clock. It resulted in a field goal, but even though they didn't get 7 points on this trip, the time off the clock really sealed this game for Nevada.
Time of possession in the game thus far, they've had it for 36 minutes and 7 seconds. BYU has had it for 22 minutes and 19 seconds.
Now BYU does put McKay Jacobson back as the lone return man in the back.
Get the punt off, and it's a pretty good one. And look at that. Can't do it much better than that. Have the ball kick to the right, go out of bounds inside the 5. So that's 2 56-yard punts for this guy. Now, he doesn't get to work very often. His leg is fresh.
And that was under duress. BYU came after him that time, and he just calmly stood in there and hit a rocket that took a right-hand turn as soon as it hit the ground. You couldn't do it any better than he just did.
So just 1 minute and 24 seconds for the BYU offense to work with, down by 2 touchdowns. The 1st and 10 line is brought to you by Remax, the sign you want, the agent you need. Heaps from his own end zone, throws, and that is broken up. There's Brandon Marshall, linebacker, on that play. BYU doesn't lose at home very often. Their last 24 games coming in 22-2 at home. Hoffman makes the catch. 1st down and more for Cody Hoffman. Good individual effort after the catch as he gets up to the 30-yard line. 25 yards on the play, and he's a guy that a lot of people can be excited about, is Cody Hoffman. The guy's got the physical tools to be a pretty good wide receiver.
They've got some very good young wide receivers. Rasa Poe is a guy that's going to be a big-time player that's sitting out hurt.
Jake Heaps, boy, that is a terrific throw. Threw that one on the line. Another catch by Hoffman. Marlon Johnson with the tackle. I love that the Cougars are playing hard right now. Just 61 seconds to go. Blitz coming, and this time, a little miscommunication. between the quarterback and the receiver.
Obviously, Jake Heaps was expecting that to be a quick out or a stop route on the outside and threw it there, and his receiver ran a go route on the outside.
Jake Heaps on the day, 22 of 39 for 206 yards. Heaps gonna step up and run. Does the smart thing and goes down. Duke Williams was thinking about saying hello. Give him a little greeting. And Jake gets hit on the throw. Hoffman makes the catch inbounds.
Wow, we've seen the coming out of Cody Hoffman on this drive. That's a big-time catch. He's had 2 big-time catches in this drive.
1st and 10 for BYU. Running out of time, just 31 seconds to go. Another nice ball. Jacobson makes the catch at the 20-yard line. Clock will stop for the chain gang to get into place.
This is a good ball on just a little slant route or skinny post route, and he throws it right in between the linebackers. Beautiful throw by Jake Heaps on that one.
That's throw the touch ball, and Ashworth got turned around. Heaps gave him a chance that time because the ball landed in the field of play. Some of the times he struggled, the ball's been out of bounds, but it seemed that Ashworth got spun around right near the goal line.
And Ashworth, after he got spun around, he came clean open, and then he didn't continue on his route.
Second and 10, just 12 seconds to go. And Heaps throws that into the end zone, either a miscommunication or he just wanted to get rid of it because the pressure was coming.
Yeah, he couldn't take a sack on that one, and he had to throw that away. And for Nevada, you give them credit. They're in kind of a prevent defense, but they're getting some pressure on Jake Heaps and not allowing him to stand back there. This defensive front four doing a good job of getting after him.
Could be the final play of the game. 6 seconds remaining. Heaps looking for Hoffman. And it's incomplete. Game over. Nevada Wolfpack come to Provo and beat BYU 27-13. The Wolfpack are 4-0. BYU falls to 1-3, and for the first time in Bronco Mendenhall's career, they lose 3 straight. So they will try and regroup. Nevada will be headed down to Vegas next week, and we will have that game for you right here on the mountain. Nevada and UNLV. And we saw a lot from Jake Heaps that if you're a BYU fan, you should be excited about. And if you're Chris Ault, this is another signature win. You beat Cal at home last week, and then you come to Provo and you beat the Cougars on their field. Got to fill in the voters around the country. They are going to be in the top 25, maybe even like 22 or 23. Let's check in with Sammy.
Coach, congratulations. Your offense put the pedal to the metal in the first half. You controlled the clock. In the second half, here he is getting congratulations.
I'm sorry.
Basically, your offense looked very good in the first half and continued to do what they need to do in the second. What did you learn now, game 4?
No, our offense was not very good that second half. I'm upset. Our line did not block like we can. I thought Cap was off on his audibles. We just didn't do anything. I thought our defense was just excellent in the gold zone once again. They shut them out. They kept them out. They kept us in the game all along.
Well, that's a squad that last week gave up 500 yards against Cal. Did they do sharply better than today?
I don't know what the yards were, but I tell you, they played much better, played aggressive. And let me tell you, as you well know, you beat BYU at BYU, you've done something. That's pretty doggone special, and I'm real proud of this football team. We're just going to keep getting better.
You clearly have confidence in both sides of the ball. That's pretty special.
That's real special. It really is. And our punter, that last punt, what a great punt. We let him out of the hunt, so to speak. Let him drive on us a little bit, but we're getting better. We still got a ways to grow.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mountain West fans very excited to see this kind of football. Congrats.
Well, thank you. We're excited to come in.
Well done, Sammy. The Sideline Report was brought to you by Les Olson Company, over 50 years in the document business and now providing sharp copiers and HP printers. Blaine, nice job by you today, as always. Just a spectacular venue here in Provo, and we see the Wolfpack get a win. Final score, Nevada defeats BYU 27-13. Specialized statistical information provided by Stats. Next telecast, well, it's coming up. Our tripleheader continues tonight at 8 p.m. as New Mexico takes on UNLV. On behalf of Blaine Fowler, Semi Linebaugh, I am Ari Wolf. Stay tuned for Ram Post Game Live, which is starting now. This has been a production of The Mountain. Take care, everybody.